This dude just took down the final boss with a single slash. He thought he was about to get his happy ending, but what the fuck? Kang Min got dragged into another goddamn world. At the same time, at the burial grounds, a beautiful princess was about to get jumped by two horny bastards. Just as they were about to make their move, they suddenly heard a piercing scream echoing from the sky. Instinctively, these two scumbags looked up and saw Kang Min falling from the sky. He couldn't control his fall and ended up crash landing headfirst right between the three of them. I already cleared the stage, so why the hell am I still here? Kang Min looked left and right, completely clueless about what was going on. And where's my gorgeous princess? Kang Min glanced to his left and saw Soo-Jin looking incredibly distressed. He then looked at the two thugs and immediately figured it out. Kang Min's anger flared up instantly. He roared, "You two assholes dare to steal my princess?" The two thugs looked at each other, cold sweat pouring down their faces. They had clearly thrown Kang Min into the burial grounds. With his weak-ass stats, he should have been dead for sure. But here he was, alive and kicking. Thinking this, they drew their weapons again, ready to send Kang Min to hell for a second time. That's when our boy finally felt that something was off. When one of the bastards attacked, Kang Min instinctively dodged to the right. He avoided the blade, but the sensation was terrifyingly real. Kang Min immediately knew something was seriously wrong. The grass under his feet felt real, nothing like the game world at all. And as illogical as it sounded, he had to admit that he'd probably been fucking isekai'd. Seeing Kang Min's bewildered expression, the two scumbags got extremely cocky. "You little shit, weren't you talking all that big talk earlier? Scared now, huh? Let's see where you can run this time. Hey, let's talk this out." Kang Min, still not used to the situation, tried to de-escalate, but like hell were they going to give him that chance. Both thugs simultaneously pointed their swords at Kang Min, giving him that sinking feeling known as, "I'm so fucking dead this time." But just as their blades were about to strike, Kang Min heard a loud thud. He had his eyes squeezed shut, so he had no idea what just happened. All Kang Min knew was that when he opened his eyes, he saw his in-game gear had appeared, and the two thugs looked like they'd been knocked unconscious by something falling on their heads. "Huh, this is my gear from the game. How the hell is it here in reality?" Kang Min exclaimed in shock. Then, he heard a mystical voice echo in his ear. "Player eligibility confirmed. The Supreme Martial God System has been activated." Kang Min's eyes widened, and a status window displaying his basic information appeared right in front of him. He was even more surprised. This thing was exactly like the one in the game, which meant he had really brought the system with him. Just as he thought that, the voice spoke again, announcing he had a starter pack reward. Kang Min had no reason to refuse and immediately claimed it. His reward was becoming a 1-star martial apprentice, receiving 1 luck point, mastering the martial skill, 1,000-pound throw, and getting a 1-minute trial of god-tier equipment. Kang Min couldn't help but grin from ear to ear. A moment ago, he was still struggling to accept that he'd been isekai'd, but now that he had this system, Kang Min felt that this whole getting transported into a game world thing wasn't so bad after all. A little later, the two thugs finally came to, their heads splitting and their bodies trembling uncontrollably. Only now, Kang Min had fully equipped his armor and weapon, and his aura was on a whole other level. The two of them were immediately intimidated by his majestic presence, and could only huddle together, shaking in fear. Kang Min gripped his blade tightly and with a single strike sent both of those assholes flying, all under Soo-Jin's adoring gaze. After that, he received a new notification from the system, informing him that he had achieved a supreme attribute, thereby learning the divine skill known as the 10 Meridians Divine Blade. On top of that, he also got 400 experience points, 40 strength points, and leveled up to a 3-star martial apprentice. Grinding mobs to level up feels fucking awesome. Kang Min couldn't help but cheer. Just then, the trial period for his god-tier gear ran out, meaning he'd have to rely on his own strength to level up from now on. The gear he was wearing instantly vanished. Kang Min was a bit bummed, but since he couldn't keep it, he just had to suck it up. Luckily, the immediate danger had been neutralized. With no outsiders around, Soo-Jin threw herself into his arms, crying and repeatedly calling out for her young master. Her arms wrapped tightly around Kang Min, and the zero-distance contact with those massive melons almost gave him a nosebleed right then and there. Gotta admit, having a gorgeous girl in his arms felt absolutely amazing. "Sob sob, young master, I thought I'd never see you again. Don't worry, Soo-Jin, I'll take care of you from now on. There won't be any more hard times." Kang Min gently separated himself from her, then reassured Soo-Jin with an incredibly firm voice. But we can't go back to the Kang clan. Where will we go now?" Soo-Jin asked again. She looked absolutely pitiful right now. Kang Min wasn't worried about not having a home to return to. He immediately decided to take Soo-Jin to Demon Cloud Ridge to grind mobs, level up, and increase his power. As for the Kang clan, sooner or later, he would return to reclaim what was rightfully his. Meanwhile, back at the Kang clan, things were anything but peaceful. Due to a power struggle, Ji-hoon's bastard of a clansman didn't hesitate to send assassins after him. The whole incident at the burial mounds was his doing, but he failed to finish the job that time. Now another 10 days had passed without any news. So he was getting extremely pissed off and impatient. Deok-gu, it's been 10 days, you useless piece of trash. Where the hell is Ji-hoon? The spoiled young master was so enraged he shattered the expensive teacup in his hand. Young master, that worthless Ji-hoon has fled to Demon Cloud Ridge. My subordinates are having a hard time tracking him, but he's just a 3-star martial disciple at best. Entering Demon Cloud Ridge means 9 chances to die and only 1 to live. Deok-gu replied with a tremble, but his answer wasn't good enough. The young master furiously grabbed Deok-gu by the collar, demanding he find Ji-hoon, even if he had to bring back a corpse. Deok-gu could only nod as if his life depended on it and quickly got the hell out of the Joe estate to avoid pissing him off further. Once he was alone, his expression twisted into a vicious sneer. He was determined that the Joe clan would have only one young master, and that would be him. Meanwhile, at Demon Cloud Ridge, Ji-hoon was chilling hard, completely unlike what Deok-gu had predicted. That whole 9 chances to die, 1 to live bullshit, he was thoroughly enjoying the process of leveling up his cultivation. And in fact, Ji-hoon's power was steadily on the rise. Plus, Seo-yeon was always by his side, which put Ji-hoon in an even better mood. They had built a small cabin on the outskirts of Demon Cloud Ridge. A few days later, Ji-hoon told Seo-yeon to stay put for a few days, and that he'd be back for her after he finished his training. That was when the Demon Cloud Ridge dungeon officially opened, and Ji-hoon headed straight for it, with overwhelming fighting spirit. Meanwhile, Deok-gu and his goons had found his tracks, but they were too scared of a repeat of last time to make a rash move, and had to report back first. By his 3rd day in the Demon Cloud Ridge dungeon, Ji-hoon had become the absolute menace of the monsters inside. Some of the mob monsters just keeled over and died before he even had to break a sweat. Ji-hoon seriously wondered if they were too weak, or if he had just gotten too damn strong. But hey, it was a good thing for him either way. A few more days passed, and Ji-hoon had been in the dungeon for a full 7 days. He had encountered countless types of monsters, like the green-headed killing tiger, the coiling scale shadow python, the 5-colored divine fowl, the 3-tailed poisonous scorpion, and the azure court red ape. They were all just precious experience points to help him level up. Ji-hoon continuously used his divine skill, the 10 Meridians divine sword, to slaughter the monsters, and his level shot up accordingly. By the 10th day in Demon Cloud Ridge, Ji-hoon started encountering higher-level monsters. For example, the black-backed silver wolf. However, after 10 days of grinding, his mastery of the divine skill had improved immensely. So Ji-hoon was able to use the 10 Meridians divine sword to one-shot this wolf. He gained 900 experience points, 90 true energy points, and 90 skill proficiency points. Ji-hoon was now a 9-star martial disciple. He was extremely satisfied with this leveling speed and figured it wouldn't be long before he reached the martial master realm. At that point, Ji-hoon planned to return to the Joe clan to settle the score with those bastards. That day, while he was farming EXP, Ji-hoon stumbled upon a special opportunity. The system notified him of a heavenly treasure up ahead, advising him not to miss it. Ji-hoon immediately cleared out all the small fry monsters to get to that treasure. Following the system's guidance, he found a glowing 1,000-year-old Lingji mushroom. Ji-hoon's eyes immediately lit up like car headlights. System, how many experience points do I get for eating this thing? Ji-hoon asked. But just as he lunged for the mushroom, he received another notification that was a total buzzkill. It said Ji-hoon's current level was too low to consume the legendary elixir, so the system recommended exchanging it for supreme coins. Although it was a bit of a shame, getting supreme coins wasn't too bad. At least Ji-hoon could buy other treasures from the system store. So he went ahead and plucked the Lingji mushroom. The moment he picked it, before he could even exchange it for coins, another notification popped up. This time it was the detection of a boss-level monster, the 3-headed black hydra. Don't bother me when I'm looting treasure, damn it, Ji-hoon grumbled. But when he felt the beast's breath on his back, he realized something was seriously wrong this time. Ji-hoon turned around and was scared shitless by the aura of the 3-headed black hydra. It was a colossal monster with 3 heads, each one looking incredibly ferocious. Ji-hoon felt like it didn't even need to fight. It could just crush him flat with one of its massive paws. And when facing such a powerful enemy, what's the best first option? You run. Ji-hoon chose to bolt first, needing to maintain a safe distance from his opponent. After finding a suitable position, he drew his sword. Even if it was the 3-headed black hydra, it was about to get a taste of his 10 Meridians divine sword. Ji-hoon swung his sword forward, but a boss-level monster was on a whole different level from the usual mobs. He attacked relentlessly while dodging its blows, but he could only manage to chip away at its health, unable to land a finishing blow. Moreover, the amount of health Ji-hoon managed to chip away was negligible. From the outside, it looked like the 3-headed black hydra hadn't taken any damage at all. In fact, it seemed even more aggressive now. This was when Ji-hoon started to panic. If this thing was going to be this tanky as hell, even if he didn't get stomped to death, he'd probably die from exhaustion. To conserve his strength, Jin-woo decided to stop fighting. Of the 36 stratagems, fleeing is the best policy, so Jin-woo hauled ass and ran for his life. The 3-headed black serpent was hot on his tail. Because of its massive strides, Jin-woo could hardly outrun the damn thing. In this dire situation, The system gave him a tip. He could consume a bit of his luck stat to escape this life or death crisis. Consume it? Without a second thought, Jinwoo immediately agreed. And right after he confirmed to use his luck stat, the three-headed black serpent was suddenly blocked by an incredibly sharp sword strike. From above, a beautiful woman in a red dress landed as gracefully as a goddess, but that decisive and fierce slash had come from this seemingly fragile girl. "You damn beast! Prepare to die!" she shouted. The three-headed black serpent's attention immediately shifted from Jinwoo to this new girl. Its fury erupted. The three-headed black serpent raised its heads and let out a roar that shook the very heavens and earth. A weaker person would have been scared stiff by that roar, but the girl remained perfectly calm. Every slash from her sword put the black serpent on the back foot. Finally, the damn beast knew it couldn't win and turned tail to run. Jinwoo, watching the whole scene from the sidelines, couldn't hide his inner simp. He had no idea where this gorgeous and absurdly strong beauty dropped from. Man, if only she were his wife. However, Jinwoo's horndog moment came at a steep price. Because that three-headed black serpent wasn't actually trying to escape, it was heading straight for the spirit mushroom he hadn't managed to harvest yet. It took a massive bite, and just like that, Jinwoo's precious elixir was gone. The girl saw this too and quickly launched a palm strike that sent the serpent flying, but it was too late. After eating the 1,000-year-old spirit mushroom, its body began to evolve. At this point, Jinwoo couldn't just sit back and watch, shouting, "It's evolving! You have to stop it!" Honestly, he didn't need to state the obvious. With her level of power, she had already realized that, and before the monster's evolution could complete, she used her ultimate skill. Myriad swords returned to origin, intending to completely annihilate her prey. After the dust settled, the black serpent emerged, looking even more formidable with a demonic purple glint in its eyes. Soo-Jin staggered and collapsed to the ground, her sword clattering from her hand. The boss monster immediately roared and charged thunderously toward her. Soo-Jin lay there, practically paralyzed and unable to resist. She squeezed her eyes shut as tears streamed down her face, biting her lip and thinking to herself, "Damn it, I can't move." Seo-Yun's body was a mess, her clothes torn to shreds, and she thought, "Is this really how I die today?" Witnessing this scene, Jinwoo also fell flat on his ass, stammering in a panic, "She actually lost. This is a disaster. I'd better bail." Just then, the good side of his conscience appeared, reminding him, "You can't go. She got seriously injured trying to save your ass." At the same time, his evil side shot back, "What the hell are you waiting for? Saving your own life is what matters." Jinwoo's mind was a battlefield. The good side argued, "All you know how to do is run. Are you even a man?" The evil side got aggressive. "Are you talking sh times T to me? You want me to F times CK you up?" And so, they started beating the crap out of each other while he watched helplessly. "Eat my ballbuster kick. Playing dirty, are we? Then taste my dragon's claw nipple gripper, you thick-skinned bastard." At this point, Jinwoo's face turned pale as he roared at them both. "Stop arguing and shut the F times CK up, both of you." The system announced that he had successfully attracted the attention of the four-headed black serpent. He suddenly realized something was very, very wrong. It was about to attack Seo-Yun, but Jinwoo's actions made it turn its attention to him. He muttered nervously, "This time I'm really gonna meet my ancestors." Jinwoo quickly tossed aside his good and evil conscience and ran for his life, crying, "Holy sh times T, stay the hell away from me." The black serpent charged forward, knocking them aside. Just as it was closing in from behind, the system announced again, activating the 10 Meridian's Divine Sword Host Protection System. The system activated just as the black serpent lunged at his back. Jinwoo spun around, crossing his arms in front of him as his entire body radiated a golden energy, blasting it toward the boss. A massive explosion erupted in midair, kicking up a cloud of dust. As soon as everything cleared, the black serpent lay there motionless. He looked at it, puzzled. "Is it dead? When the hell did I get this strong?" The system announced, "Congratulations to the host for killing one head of the four-headed purple serpent, obtaining 100,000 experience points, 10,000 true energy points, and 1,000 proficiency points for the 10 Meridian's Divine Sword." Then, 8 stars appeared on Jinwoo's forehead. "Congratulations to player Jinwoo for leveling up 7 times in a row. Your current rank is 8-star Martial Master. Congratulations to player Jinwoo for upgrading the 10 Meridian's Divine Sword. You can now use the 3 Meridian's Divine Sword." He stood there surrounded by loot, money, and system notifications. "Congratulations to player Jinwoo for activating a miraculous lucky box and obtaining the 3 Meridian's Divine Sword Killing Formation. Would you like to learn it? Congratulations to player Jinwoo for obtaining the universe-grade ultimate martial skill, Golden Lion's Heavenly Roar. Would you like to learn it? Congratulations to player Jinwoo for obtaining a Tier 4, Level 1 Spirit Core, the core of the four-headed purple serpent. Except, Jinwoo threw his head back and laughed. "When the snipe and the clam grapple, the fisherman profits. Learn it, accept it, I'll take everything." He powered up, and the image of a golden lion appeared behind him. Successfully learned the golden lion's heavenly roar, and obtained the purple serpent's core. After learning the new skill, Jin-woo suddenly remembered, oh, right. I still haven't gotten the 7-spirit treasure mushroom. He trotted over to the spirit herb, mumbling to himself as he picked it, collecting the 7-spirit treasure mushroom to exchange for supreme coins. As soon as he finished speaking, the spirit herb in his hand slowly vanished as the system announced a successful exchange. Congratulations to player Soo-Jin for obtaining 903 supreme coins. All that was left in his hand now was the mushroom stalk. Soo-Jin tossed it behind him, wondering why the hell these supreme coins weren't a whole number. He completely failed to notice So-hee crawling and groaning behind him. Help! Please help! The system added another notification. Players who sell treasures to the system will be charged a 10% transaction fee. He scratched his head, thinking, did I forget something? So-hee lay there with a bruised face, her eyes barely fluttering open, only to get hit by the discarded spirit herb stalk. She tried to drag herself forward, struggling to shout, save me! Dumbass! Seo-jun stood there, mentally checking off his to-do list. I've trained my technique, collected the beast cores, and exchanged the spirit mushroom. What else is there? Just then, a bloody hand reached out, and so he grabbed Seo-jun's ankle tightly. This sudden action scared the shit out of him. His face went pale, and his eyes widened in terror. So-hee's weak voice cried out, save me! But Seo-jun wasn't paying attention to her words. He was still freaking out and screamed, a ghost! Then, as if possessed by Bruce Lee, he unleashed a kick that sent the ghost in his imagination flying. Already injured and now taking a full-blown kick, So-hee lay there as if her soul had left her body. Seo-jun finally, cluelessly realized, something feels wrong here. He turned and poked her with a branch, wondering to himself, she's not dead, is she? Seo-jun moved closer to observe and noticed she was still breathing. Getting a better look at So-hee's face, his eyes lit up as he exclaimed, damn, she's gorgeous. What a beautiful girl. It would be a real shame for her to die in this godforsaken place. He turned and asked, system, are there any life-saving elixirs? Immediately, a list of items popped up on the screen, like the Chaos Green Lotus and the Ginseng Peach Fruit, but the prices were fucking insane. Seo-jun complained, holy shit, why are these elixirs so damn expensive? Isn't there anything cheaper? As he scrolled through the screen, a pill popped up with a price of only 1 supreme coin. Seo-jun selected it with a satisfied look. This crisis aversion pill doesn't seem too bad. Holding the pill in his hand, he smiled cautiously. Let's go with the cheapest one first. If I heal her completely, what if she just runs off? With that thought, Seo-jun placed the crisis aversion pill on So-hee's chest, using his internal energy to force it down while saying, get in there. The moment the pill entered her body, it took effect immediately. The wounds on her body slowly began to heal, emitting a faint light from the injury sites. The other wounds on her legs also healed quickly. So-hee lay there, her delicate features returning. Slowly opening her eyes, the first thing she saw was Seo-jun's somewhat perverted face. Instantly, So-hee delivered a thunderous slap across his face, screaming furiously, you damn pervert! Seo-jun lay there stunned, groaning. No good deed goes unpunished. She then clutched her stomach and realized, asking, wait a minute, did you save me? He held his cheek and retorted, no shit, do you see anyone else around here? So-hee, flustered, quickly introduced herself. I'm so sorry about that. I am a core disciple of the Jeonji sect, one of the 3 great sects of the Raging Sun Kingdom. How would you like to be repaid? I can give you anything. Hearing this, Seo-jun suddenly moved closer, placing a hand on her shoulder and asking, really? Anything? So-hee quickly brushed his hand away, replying with a slight stutter, of course. He leaned in close to her, smiling confidently, and continued, then I want you. This immediately made So-hee blush, and she looked completely bewildered, asking, what? Seo-jun's eyes sparkled as he repeated himself, I want you to be my wife. The moment he finished, a loud smack echoed through the air, another slap for the poor bastard. And So-hee's scream rang out again, in your fucking dreams! She clutched her chest, stood up and continued, even if no one saved me and I had to die here, I would never marry a shameless bastard like you. Seo-jun put on a menacing expression and threatened in a low voice. So, you'd really rather not have been saved? I heard there are a lot of man-eating demonic beasts here on Demon Cloud Ridge. Instantly, an image of being surrounded by demonic beasts flashed through So-hee's mind. Fear was written all over her face. She was speechless, only managing to let out a small, ah. Seizing the opportunity, he continued to intimidate her. By then, your body will be torn limb from limb, bitten all over. Then Seo-jun turned to leave, leaving her with a parting shot. I'm not about to wait around and die with you. Just then, the roar of a demonic beast echoed from the forest, along with the glint of unseen eyes craving fresh meat, terrifying So-hee. She covered her ears tightly, her face pale as she stammered, I agree. That was all he needed to hear. He dashed back in front of So-hee, his face flushed with excitement as he asked again, "Are you for real?" She shyly lowered her head and repeated herself, "I agree to be your wife." Seo-jun laughed excitedly. "I finally have a wife. I'm finally not single anymore." Seeing how happy he was, So-hee gritted her teeth and cursed inwardly. "You bastard. Enjoy being smug for now. Just wait until I've recovered, then I'll deal with you." Seo-jun turned back and introduced himself. "My dear wife, your husband's name is Seo-jun, the young master of the Seo family in Yisu City. What's your name? How many people are in your family?" She frowned and replied, "My name is Mo So-hee. I have no family. My master raised me." He placed a hand on her shoulder and smiled reassuringly. "Don't worry. From now on, I'll be your family." So-hee reconsidered her opinion of Seo-jun, thinking that maybe this guy's intentions weren't so bad after all. Maybe I should spare him later. Meanwhile, as a precaution, he raised 3 fingers to make an oath. "Wifey, why don't you swear an oath to the martial Tao heavenly realm? Once you're bound by a pact with the heavenly Tao, it can never be broken." Seo-yeon's face turned grim, with only one thought racing through her mind: "I'm going to fucking kill him." But despite her rage, she clutched her dress, telling herself she couldn't afford to die here. Fine. As thunder roared and lightning split the sky, she clasped her hands to her chest, closed her eyes, and began her oath. "By the heavenly Tao of the martial world, I, Seo-yeon, swear an oath here today to willingly become the wife of Ji-hoon." As she spoke, a brilliant light from the heavenly Tao pierced through the clouds. The light bathed her as she continued her vow with the heavens as her witness. "If I ever break this oath, I, Seo-yeon, will be struck down by the 5 divine thunderbolts, reduced to dust, and cease to exist." The moment the vow was complete, the heavenly light vanished, splitting into 2 golden beams that shot downwards, speeding towards them both. As the light entered his body, Ji-hoon asked with concern, "What the hell is this?" Seo-yeon explained shyly. "We are now husband and wife, recognized by the heavenly Tao," he asked again. "So that's it?" Ji-hoon was so moved he started crying, shouting with joy, "This is awesome. I finally have a wife." He then started running around the forest in excitement. "I'm finally not single anymore. Ancestors of the Ji family. Look at me now." She covered her mouth, smiling as she playfully scolded, "You're such an idiot." Ji-hoon turned back, placing his hands on his new wife's shoulders and said, "Honey, wait for me a second. I'm going to find a healing elixir for you." And just like that, he dashed off, leaving Seo-yeon completely baffled. A moment later, Ji-hoon came running back, huffing and puffing while carrying a massive orb. He shouted excitedly, "Honey, this is a Genesis creation pill. It'll definitely heal you." Staring at its gigantic size, her eyes widened in sheer terror. "You call this a damn pill?" Seo-yeon screamed. "You're trying to assassinate your own wife, aren't you? You think I've lived too damn long?" Ji-hoon quickly tried to explain. "Honey, I'm serious. You've only just recovered, so your body is still really weak." Seo-yeon clutched her head, swaying. "I'm so dizzy." He realized with alarm, "Oh shit, the calamity suppression pill has worn off." Ji-hoon's expression turned serious, his voice dropping low. If that's the case, he grabbed the giant pill and leaped towards Seo-yeon. Ji-hoon hurled the pill straight at her, yelling, "Honey, don't blame me for this." The impact created a massive explosion, making him exclaim in awe, "Whoa, that made a huge impact." Seo-yeon's body began to change, levitating in the air as she glowed, surrounded by streams of pale pink spiritual energy. The spiritual energy grew thicker and more concentrated, penetrating and enveloping her entire body. Ji-hoon looked on in amazement. As expected of a system product, this is some powerful shit. Well worth the 499 supreme coins I spent. Once the transformation was complete, Seo-yeon slowly opened her eyes. She could feel her body, her cheeks blushing as she thought to herself, "My injuries are completely healed." Ji-hoon sat there, shamelessly checking out his wife's body, and said, "Damn, what a perfect body." She snapped at him, "You bastard, don't look!" On Seo-yeon's finger was a spatial ring, a storage for all her belongings, which glowed faintly as she retrieved an item from within. Seo-yeon quickly changed into a fresh set of clothes. The new, pristine dress made her look absolutely radiant. Ji-hoon walked over, took her hand, and asked, "Honey, when are we going home?" Seo-yeon suddenly snatched her hand back and took several steps away from him. He sensed something was off and immediately asked, "Honey, what's wrong?" Averting his gaze, she replied, "Thank you for saving me. But the gap between our statuses is just too vast. If he finds out about you, I'm afraid you'll be in grave danger." Seo-yeon apologized, then turned to leave, leaving Ji-hoon standing there, watching her go with a sense of loss, calling out one last time, "Honey!" Did he finally get it? His outstretched arm fell to his side. Ji-hoon stood alone in the forest, his fists clenched, and his face darkening as he muttered to himself, "A vast gap, huh?" He then spoke with fierce determination. "Seo-yeon, you just wait for me. Once I'm strong enough, I will definitely come to the Celestial Pivot Sect and drag you back. Before she left, Seo-yeon glanced down at him with regret, her eyes welling up with tears, silently apologizing in her heart. As for Ji-hoon, his hands began to glow with spiritual energy as he declared out loud, I need to grind monsters, I need to level up, and I need to get my wife back. He immediately went on a rampage, charging into a pack of beasts, taking them down while yelling, Hey monsters, here I come! Ji-hoon unleashed an attack, shouting, Go to hell! A notification immediately popped up. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for killing the green-headed slaughter tiger, obtaining 9,000 experience points, 900 true force points, and 900 proficiency points for the 10 Meridian's divine sword skill. The next target was quickly eliminated. Another system notification followed. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for killing the coiled scale cloud python, obtaining 9,000 experience points, 900 true force points, and 900 proficiency points for the 10 Meridian's divine sword skill. He waved his hand, and a barrage of light beams appeared. 3 Meridians, divine sword killing formation. Slaughter them! The monsters caught in the attack were instantly obliterated, letting out one final shriek. Fast forward 1 week later, Ji-hoon stood wiping sweat from his brow, wondering, what level am I now? He quickly pulled up his system window to check his stats. The screen displayed, Player Ji-hoon, rank, 1-star Martial General, luck value, 10 Meridian's divine sword, proficiency. He scrolled through the screen, murmuring, In all of Insu City, a 1-star Martial General is considered a top-tier powerhouse. He immediately left the mountain range. Ji-hoon, this young master is back for you. The monsters he'd been torturing could finally breathe a sigh of relief. Thank God, that damn menace is finally gone. Arriving back at his wooden cabin, Ji-hoon called out loudly, Min-ah, your young master has returned from his training. But when he opened the door, he was greeted by a scene of complete chaos and destruction. Ji-hoon called out worriedly, Min-ah. A murderous aura exploded from him as he realized something was terribly wrong. Suddenly, a noise from behind made Ji-hoon jump. Kang Dae's goons stood there, weapons in hand, smirking. Of course, it's not good, you little bastard. You finally showed up. He immediately spun around to face them. One of the goons spoke up. We've been lying in wait here for over 10 days. All for you. You're dead meat. The guy next to him added, Bring this little bastard's head back, and young Master Kang Dae will reward us handsomely. It'll be worth it. Suddenly, Siwoo's entire body erupted with a dense, fiery aura as he asked in a low voice, Where is Yeun? They immediately charged at him, shouting, Ask the devil in hell. Go die. Siwoo let out a roar, his eyes flashing with spiritual energy. He stood his ground, clenched his fists, and unleashed the 10 Meridian Divine Sword technique. Their weapons shattered on impact, and their bodies were sent flying. The wooden cabin in the forest glowed from the intense aura before exploding, sending dust, wood splinters, and Kang Dae's minions flying into the air. Each of them lay sprawled on the ground, defeated in a single blow. Siwoo quickly rushed off, muttering, Yeun, you have to wait for me. At the same time, in Yishui City, inside the Heaven Tier #1 suite of the Hongtai Guild Hall, Kang Dae was putting on a sycophantic display. He smiled brightly and said, Brother Du Huan, welcome to Yishui City. We don't have much to offer, but I hope you'll accept our humble hospitality. But the other guy just sneered disdainfully. He was none other than Do Huan, son of the Biluo City Lord, and an inner disciple of the Xuanji sect. Du Huan chuckled softly, his gaze shifting to the curtain-draped bed from which muffled sounds were coming. He immediately walked over, pulled back the curtain to inspect, and a look of satisfaction crossed his face. Then he turned his head, a lecherous grin spreading across his face, and said to Kang Dae, Not bad. You can leave us now. Kang Dae immediately complied and backed out, closing the door politely. Then I won't disturb Brother Do Hwan's pleasure any longer. On the bed, Yeun was tied up, her hands bound and her mouth gagged, able to make only muffled whimpering sounds. Tears streamed from the corners of her eyes, her face filled with despair, yet she clung to a sliver of hope in her heart. Young master, please hurry and save me. Du Hwan stood by the bed, staring intently at her. His eyes couldn't hide his lust. He never expected to find such a fine piece in a backwater place like Yishui City. He couldn't wait any longer and ripped off his clothes. His mouth spewed shameless words. Little beauty, be a good girl and accept this young master's punishment. He pounced on her, completely naked. She cried and screamed, Help! Her screams only made him more aroused. Go ahead and scream. No one's gonna come save you, even if you scream your lungs out. Little beauty, here I come. Just then, Kang Si-woo dropped down from the ceiling. He furiously slammed a foot right into his face and yelled, Who the hell said that? The kick sent Do-hyun flying, knocking him flat on his ass before he could even react. He gently untied Seo-yeon. His voice soft, Seo-yeon, are you all right? The moment she was free, she threw herself into his arms and broke down crying. Young master, I was so scared. If you were even a minute later, I would have been. Before she could finish, he quickly comforted her. It's all right, don't be afraid. I'm here now. Meanwhile, Do-hyun had scrambled back to his feet, shaking off the daze, his face contorted with fury. He gritted his teeth and spat out. You son of a bitch! How dare you ambush this young master? Guards! A squad of his goons, brandishing their blades, immediately stormed the room. Standing behind them, he continued to bellow Kang. Si-woo! A worthless piece of trash like you dares to stir up trouble here? Looks like you've got a goddamn death wish. Somewhere, a group of toads were utterly bewildered. Holy shit, what the hell does that have to do with us? Kang Si-woo held Seo-yeon protectively in his arms, sweeping a chilling glare across the goons. His voice was laced with killing intent. I'll give you 3 breaths to get the hell out of here. Do-hyun, his face already swelling up, couldn't help but curse at the sheer audacity. Then he pointed and barked an order at his men. Kill this worthless bastard for me! His men immediately charged, brandishing their weapons and yelling, Die, you piece of shit! We've never seen anyone so damn arrogant, daring to provoke our young master. Si-woo's face darkened. Shielding Seo-yeon behind him, his entire body seethed with a fiery aura, and his voice dropped to an icy tone. You were given a path to heaven, but you chose to barge into the gateless pits of hell. As the goons closed in, he channeled his power and unleashed his ultimate technique, the Golden Lion's heavenly roar. The single attack sent the entire group flying, knocking them all out cold. Watching from behind, Seo-yeon was in awe. Young master, when did you become so powerful? Her praise softened his mood a little, and he replied, half joking, Of course, how else could I protect you? Seeing his men sprawled out on the floor, Do-hyun showed no fear at all. Instead, he just smirked, a look of utter contempt on his face. Pathetic parlor tricks. You dare ruin this young master's fun. The moment the words left his mouth, he unleashed his own technique, the thundering lightning palm. A terrifying blast of energy shot from his hand, heading straight for them. Kang Si-woo instantly leaped in front of Seo-yeon to shield her. Watching the crackling lightning race towards them, his expression grew grim. His fists clenched in fury as he began to form a hand seal. The divine sword of 10 meridians was unleashed, carrying an immense, overwhelming power. His technique was on a completely different level than Do-hyun's, and it instantly neutralized the entire lightning attack. He also beat the living Esh times T out of Do-hoon, leaving him a battered mess on the ground. Before the bastard could even get up, Jin-woo stepped on him and said coldly, You piece of trash, pick a way to die. But this dumbass still didn't know when to quit, pulling his family card to threaten Jin-woo. I'm the son of the Lord of Azure Fall City. You dare to kill me? Aren't you afraid the entire Jin clan will be wiped out? But Jin-woo's eyes were filled with pure rage. He unleashed his aura, ready to strike. F times CK your entire family. I'll kill you first and worry about the rest later. His hand shot straight for the space between Do-hoon's eyes. That's when he finally felt true fear and screamed, Wait! I know who was behind crippling you. His words actually worked. Jin-woo's hand stopped just 0.01 millimeters from his face. His furious expression made Do-hoon tremble in fear, sweating buckets. He felt like his life force was being drained, and to save his own pathetic skin, he immediately started talking. Back then, you were the #1 genius of Silverstream City, but you were ambushed by a mysterious figure and crippled, left to rot like this. Hearing the words mysterious figure, Jin-woo immediately leaned in close, his voice dropping several degrees. Tell me, who was it? Do-hoon's face was a swollen mess, and between his fear and the memories, he started spilling everything. It was the strongest man in Azure Fall City, Kang Chul. Hearing this, Jin-woo couldn't help but question it. Kang Chul? The Jin clan has no beef with him, so why the hell would he attack me so viciously? Do-hoon eagerly continued his explanation. You don't know? That year, the Jin clan produced a peerless genius who shook the entire Raging Sun Empire. And that genius beat the ever-loving crap out of Kang Chul, so he's held a grudge against your clan ever since. An image of the genius bullying Kang Chul immediately popped into Jin-woo's head. Then Kang Chul got pissed but couldn't do anything to the real culprit, so he took it out on him instead. This whole cycle confused the hell out of him. What the F times CK? Kang Chul got his ass kicked and decided to take it out on me, so I just took the fall for it? Anger surged within him. His face darkened as he gritted his teeth and demanded, A genius from the Jin clan? How come I've never heard of them? Who is it? His intimidating aura made Do-hoon jump in fright, and he scrambled backwards trying to scream, I don't know! If you go back to your clan, you can probably find out. I've told you everything I know. You promised you'd let me go. Seeing his terrified state, Jin-woo raised his hand as if to strike, a sly smirk on his face. Then I'll see you off. A blood-curdling scream from Do-hoon echoed from inside the room. After taking care of business, he took Seo-yeon's hand and walked out, his voice now gentle. Seo-yeon, let's go. She followed obediently, but couldn't help her curiosity. Young master, where are we going? He answered with grim determination. Back to the Jin clan to get justice. Not long after, at the Jin clan estate, a terrified scream echoed. Father, save me. Hyun-soo was groveling at his father's feet, crying his eyes out. That bastard Jinwoo's cultivation has suddenly returned. He even crippled Do-hoon, and now he's on his way back. He desperately clung to his father's leg, wailing and begging pathetically. I'm your only son. If he kills me, your bloodline ends with you. Tae-sik exploded with rage, slamming his fist on the table and roaring, Damn it! His expression turned foul, his heart seething with resentment. 18 years ago, Jin Hwan stole the young master position from me. 18 years later, his son wants to walk all over my son too. At that thought, he shot to his feet, roaring with fury. I will absolutely not allow it, leaving Hyun-soo completely stunned. He then stormed out of the room in a rage, yelling his head off. To the disciplinary hall. This time, I'll make sure Jin Woo dies without a proper grave. Meanwhile, right outside the main gate of the Jin clan estate, Jin Woo held Seo-yeon gently with one arm, his eyes filled with a trace of hatred as he stared at the clan's insignia. Jin clan. I'm finally back. Just then, a mob of clan servants, weapons in hand, stormed out and yelled, Jin Woo. They aggressively pointed their weapons at the pair and continued. By order of the elder, you are to be arrested and brought before the disciplinary hall. Come with us. But he wasn't some pushover. Shielding Seo-yeon with one arm, he drew his sword with the other and roared, You servants are getting some real F-times cacking nerve. He then unleashed his overwhelming aura, whipping up a fierce wind around him. His voice turned ice cold, F-times CK off. The men who charged at him were instantly blown away and sent sprawling to the ground. He shielded Seo-yeon, who was huddled against his chest, his tone unchanging as he declared, I can walk there myself. A while later, in the disciplinary hall, Tae-sik sat on the main seat. On the floor below were 4 neatly arranged corpses. These were the assassins Hyun-soo had sent. Jin-woo arrived at the entrance, sword in hand, standing protectively in front of Seo-yeon. He called out into the hall, Hyun-soo, I'm here. Seeing Jin-woo's defiant stance, Tae-sik was filled with rage. He immediately leveled an accusation at him. Jin-woo, you used cruel methods to murder your own clansmen. Do you admit your guilt? Hyun-soo, standing beside him, immediately chimed in. Jin-woo, you have no regard for the clan's rules. Are you still not going to confess? The moment they finished speaking, Jin-woo's face instantly darkened. A contemptuous smirk spread across his lips, and his voice dripped with sarcasm. Admit my guilt? I am the young master of the Jin clan. Who the hell do you think you are to pass judgment on me? Hearing this, Joe Manshik couldn't help but shoot up from his seat, pointing at the kid and roaring at his clan's killers. He refuses to confess. Men, punish this wretched spawn right here on the spot for me. Instantly, the two were surrounded by a mob of clan retainers. Seeing the sharp spear tips pointed right at them, Seo-yeon let out a startled cry. Young master, be careful! Kang Min remained perfectly calm, channeling his energy to unleash the golden lion's heavenly roar, and a massive lion's head materialized. The lion's head immediately charged forward, sending the clan retainers flying and tumbling to the ground. A thick cloud of dust billowed up with the impact. From within the dust cloud, several sharp spears came flying out. One of them flew past Joe Manshik's head and embedded itself straight into the wall, scaring the absolute shit out of the old man. Sweat poured down his face. Over here, a sharp spear also shot towards Kang Min, but he quickly sidestepped it, and it plunged into the ground right in front of his shoe. He pulled Seo-yeon behind him and retreated. The other spears continued to fly wildly everywhere. Assessing the situation, he quickly turned and instructed Seo-yeon behind him, Wait for me outside. Her face was filled with worry and fear, but she just nodded and retreated outside. At that very moment, a furious Joe Manshik charged forward with his sword, cursing non-stop, You little bastard, I'm going to end you with my own 2 hands today. The young man's eyes instantly turned ice cold, and he swung his sword in a powerful arc, blocking the old man's attack and speaking with utter contempt. You're not fucking worthy. The 2 attacks collided in midair, creating a massive shockwave. The sound of things shattering echoed immediately after. Park Ji-hoon, who was hiding behind a table, screamed in terror. When the hell did this kid get so strong? He peeked over at the battle, and even though sweat was pouring down his face, he couldn't help but wonder, who won? The result was already clear. Joe Manshik's entire body was covered in wounds. Blood began to gush out non-stop. He was too horrified to even speak. Kang Min stood there, looking heroic as he told him, Attacking a superior is a crime punishable by death. Just as the old man collapsed to the ground, a system notification rang out. Congratulations, player Kang Min, for killing the 3-star Marshal General Joe Manshik, gaining 30,000 experience points, 3,000 aura points, and 3,000 proficiency points for the 10 Meridian's Divine Sword. Hearing the notification, his mood instantly improved. That was a pretty good haul, totally worth the effort. Hiding on the side, Park Ji-hoon had already pissed his pants in fear. He couldn't even stand steady, stammering in terror, Kang Min. Then he immediately rushed forward, hugging Kang Min's leg while crying and begging, I shouldn't have plotted against you. Please just treat me like a fart and let me go. I was so wrong. This pathetic display of his was more than Kang Min could stomach. He kicked him away, cursing, "You coward." What was unexpected was that this one kick sent him tumbling to the ground, coughing up blood, and dying. The system notification popped up. Park Ji-hoon is dead. Lifespan 2 chapters. What was even more unexpected was the next system notification. Killing a worthless piece of trash deducts 300 experience points. As soon as this message appeared, Kang Min's face looked like he'd just eaten shit, and he roared in anger. "You're fucking deducting my EXP for this?" His rage exploded, and the one who took the full brunt of it was none other than Park Ji-hoon's lifeless body on the ground. He started kicking and punching the corpse while cursing him out. "This worthless bastard is still costing me 300 experience points even after he's dead. And that Chen Kang-san, why does he want to take his anger out on me? Who is that mysterious powerful expert from the Zhou clan? And why did Grandpa the clan leader just let me get bullied like this?" After venting his frustration, he stormed out of the room, muttering nonstop as he walked, "I'm going to find Grandpa and demand some goddamn answers for all of this." Meanwhile, Park Ji-hoon, after getting beaten up for a while, was finally being escorted away by the Grim Reapers, but not without complaining. "I only appeared twice and got treated this horribly." A moment later, Kang Min arrived at the door of a room. He said softly, "This is where Grandpa is in seclusion." He then reached out to open the door, and upon looking inside, his expression darkened slightly. Incense smoke swirled within, but he still held great respect for his grandfather. He stood at the doorway, respectfully clasping his hands in a formal bow. "Grandson Kang Min requests an audience." But through the thick smoke, a slumped figure came into view, causing him to panic a little. "What?" The person inside quickly collapsed to the ground, and he immediately rushed inside, his tone growing even more anxious. "Grandpa, what's wrong with you?" He quickly ran to help his grandfather up. He asked frantically, "Grandpa, are you okay?" At this point, Young-woo had recovered a bit. He coughed lightly and replied, "I'm fine. It's just an old ailment." "Kang Min, why have you come here?" Seeing that he was truly all right, the young man immediately questioned him loudly. "Grandpa, is it true that 18 years ago, a super genius appeared in our Zhou clan?" Hearing these words, the old man's expression changed, but he still shouted forcefully, "Nonsense. No such thing ever happened. Don't you ever mention it again." Kang Min was immediately alarmed and hurriedly explained, "It's not that your grandson wants to bring it up, but this is related to Chen Kang-san, and more importantly, it's related to why my powers were crippled." The old man was shocked to hear this, and asked in disbelief, "What? Tell me everything, quickly." Kang Min immediately obeyed and recounted the entire story. The time it takes for an incense stick to burn passed quickly. Jung-woo stroked his beard, laughing heartily as he spoke with some satisfaction. "Jae-hwan, do you see this? Kang Min is already a 1-star martial general. He finally has a future." Kang Min sat cross-legged to the side. The moment he heard his grandfather mention the unfamiliar name, his curiosity piqued, and he immediately asked, "Grandfather, is this Ji-hoon the supreme prodigy you're talking about? Where is he now?" The old man let out a soft sigh, his hand still stroking his beard as his voice grew heavy. "That's a long story." The old man began to drift back into his memories, slowly recounting the tale. "The Crimson Sun Empire is ruled by 3 great families: the Kim family, the Namgung family, and the Han family. They hold sway over the entire empire, and we, here in Aqua City, are merely one of the Kim family's branches." The image of the arena from the clan martial arts tournament flashed in the old man's mind, and his voice suddenly filled with vigor. For a branch family to return to the main family's fold, they must place within the top 30 at the clan martial arts tournament. Then, a familiar silhouette flooded his memory, and he couldn't hide the pride in his voice as he went on. Back then, Ji-hoon was only 20 years old, yet he was already a supreme powerhouse at the 7-star martial king realm. He was practically invincible among his peers, and we all believed he would be the one to lead our branch back to glory, but who could have known? Just as he reached this point in the story, the old man fell silent. Soo-Jin, who had been hanging on his every word, grew anxious and pressed him. "Grandfather, what happened after that?" Elder Kim's eyes were now filled with tears, his voice laced with profound regret as he continued. "Ji-hoon never even made it to the tournament. He was murdered by Park Jin-cheol of the main Kim clan. My poor, dear Ji-hoon." Seo-jun's expression darkened, but he couldn't hold back the question burning inside him. Kim Ji-hoon. Was he my father? The old man placed a comforting hand on his shoulder and replied instantly, "That's right. You were supposed to have unparalleled talent, but who would have guessed that bastard Choi Kang-min would frame you?" The old man clutched his chest, his face a mask of pained helplessness. "He even threatened to annihilate the entire Kim clan if I dared to help you." A burning rage instantly erupted within Seo-jun, and a powerful aura exploded from his very being. His voice dripping with venom, "Choi Kang-min, Park Jin-cheol, just you wait. I won't spare a single one of you bastards." Seeing his grandson's fury, Elder Kim gently reminded him, Our problem right now is dealing with the revenge from Choi Kang-min and the city lord of Bismuth City. We can't withstand another blow. Seo-Jun, his mind made up, spoke with steely determination in his eyes. Grandfather, we can't delay. You and everyone in the clan must leave this place at once. He then pulled out a perfectly crafted pill and handed it to the old man. This is a grand restoration pill, a supreme-grade, cosmic-level elixir worth a whopping 400 sovereign coins. After his grandfather took the pill, Seo-Jun turned to leave, carefully instructing, Grandfather, take this pill and let your body recover. I'll handle everything else. Watching his grandson's retreating figure, the old man was moved to tears. All right. You truly are Ji-hoon's son, my good grandson. Meanwhile, a smirk played on Seo-Jun's lips, his face alight with excitement. Yoon family, Choi family, Park Jin-cheol, I'm coming for all of you. Just then, the sound of frantic footsteps echoed from the distance. A servant came tearing towards Elder Kim's room, gasping for breath, and ran right into Seo-Jun on his way out. The man looked utterly panicked, shouting as he ran, Patriarch, it's terrible! We have a huge problem! Seo-Jun held up a hand to stop him and asked, What is it? The servant immediately blurted out, The city guard. They've surrounded us. His face was pale with panic and terror as he pointed outside the estate, stammering that they were here to wipe out everyone in the Kim estate. Seo-Jun and Elder Kim immediately led their men to the front gate to face the city guard. Seeing the massive army surrounding their home, Elder Kim showed no signs of fear, offering a polite bow. Commander Dae-jung, what is the meaning of this? But Dae-jung on the other side was far from cordial. He bellowed aggressively. That bastard Seo-Jun had the goddamn nerve to cripple the son of the city lord of Bismuth City. We are here under orders to destroy the Kim family. When the servants of the Kim estate heard this, they immediately broke into a panic. One of them couldn't help but cry out. What? How could Seo-Jun be so reckless? The others were sweating buckets, pleading one by one with Commander Dae-jung. This is all Seo-Jun's fault. It has nothing to do with the Kim family. Just take him and spare the rest of us. At this point, Elder Kim couldn't take it anymore and blasted the cowards with a palm strike. Roaring in fury, all of you, shut the hell up. The Kim family will absolutely not sell out one of its own to save our skins. Across from them, Dae-jung immediately raised his sword and declared, Resistance is futile. Today, not a single member of the Kim family leaves here alive. Kill them all. His soldiers roared in response to the order, chanting, Kill, kill, kill. The army's ferocious momentum quickly overwhelmed the Kim clan members, leaving them trembling in fear. Their killing intent is terrifying. We're screwed. We have to fight, even if it's a lost cause, otherwise we're dead for sure. But Elder Kim remained undaunted, unleashing a palm strike with his full power, simultaneously roaring for everyone to charge forward. The very survival of the Kim family hangs in the balance. Everyone follow me! We'll fight our way out of Port Aqua! Dae-jung immediately channeled his aura to meet the challenge. He launched a counterstrike against the Elder while sneering arrogantly, Right on time, old geezer. Now die. The moment the words left his mouth, he amplified the power of his attack. Elder Kim was quickly overpowered and took a direct hit. His body crashed violently into the ground, shattering the earth and rock around him and carving out a massive crater. Even though his entire body screamed in pain, he still struggled to his feet, unable to contain his shock and horror as he blurted out, A 5-star martial general? When the hell did you break through? Dae-jung didn't pause for a second, charging straight for the old man with his sword aimed true, saying, Go ask the devil in hell! Just as his sword was about to connect, Seo-Jun shot out and slammed a powerful kick into the commander's side, intercepting the fatal blow. In a panicked and rushed tone, Grandpa, watch out! He was caught completely off guard and couldn't react, taking the full force of the blow, which was enough to cause him some serious pain. Seo-Jun took a defensive stance in front of his grandfather. Brimming with fighting spirit, he yelled in the man's face, Who the hell gave you permission to kill him? The man grew furious, his face darkening as he roared, You little shit! Then he immediately regained his composure. Swinging his sword to unleash a killing blow, he snarled aggressively, Then I'll take your damn life first. What followed was an incredibly intense battle. On one side, Dae-hyun unleashed his Jade-Flame blade, while on the other, Seo-Jun was no slouch, countering with his 4-veined divine sword formation. The two torrents of power quickly collided, creating a massive explosion. Looking at the situation before him, Ji-hoon couldn't help but be astonished, never expecting Seo-Jun to have become so powerful. Although Seo-Jun managed to dodge the attack, he was still hit by the aftershock, skidding a long way across the ground before stabilizing himself. His fighting spirit, however, remained completely intact. Witnessing the scene, the men from the estate were utterly terrified, and they began to whisper amongst themselves again. He actually managed to block a blow from Dae-hyun. Is he really that strong? It looks like we still have a chance. Dae-hyun raised his sword, which was radiating a powerful aura, into the air. He looked arrogant. Bring out whatever else you've got. I'll make you accept your death completely. Seo-Jin took a deep breath, clenching his hands into fists. He looked up, a glint of killing intent flashing in his eyes. He roared, clenching both hands and unleashing his power. You're the one who forced my hand. Taemin gulped, staring at him. His sword pressure is insane. Ji-hoon was also stunned, his face covered in beads of sweat. When did Seo-Jun's cultivation become so profound? Seo-Jin stomped his foot on the ground, creating a small tremor. Today, I'll let you have a taste. With those words, he turned around and hauled ass out of there. Can't beat him! Time to run! The crowd was left completely dumbfounded by his stunt. Dae-hyun, a mix of anger and helplessness, gritted his teeth. You son of a bitch, you tricked me. Meanwhile, Seo-Jin had a shameless look on his face. Putting on a show and then bolting. What a damn thrill. Seo-Jin pushed himself to run faster, putting some distance between him and the crowd. I need to level up quickly if I want a chance to defeat Dae-hyun. Suddenly, he skidded to a halt, turning to look at the people behind him with a wicked grin. Aren't these all just walking experience points? Seo-Jin turned back around and yelled, Grandpa, hold this bastard off for me. I have a way to kill him. Hearing this, Ji-hoon immediately replied, Got it. The old man picked up a sword from the ground, struggling to his feet. Dae-hyun, don't you dare harm my grandson. Your opponent is me. Dae-hyun sneered. You're looking to die? With that, the two of them charged at each other in a chaotic brawl. A group of spear-wielding lackeys blocked Seo-Jun's path, smirking, well, choosing the path to hell when the gates of heaven are wide open. You must have a death wish, barging in here like this. He just scoffed, rushing forward and getting in close to smear shit on the guy's face. Eat shit, the goon screamed in a panic. He frantically wiped the slime from his face. You dare feed me shit, he pointed and ordered his men to attack. Brothers, get him. The lackeys all charged at Seo-Jin with their spears. He was surrounded by the group in a circle. They swarmed in to gang up on him. Kill him. Seo-Jin calmly channeled his internal energy and let out a savage roar. Congratulations, player, for killing 3 4-star martial masters. You have gained 12,000 experience points for the 10-vein divine sword proficiency. Just die already. Congratulations, player, for killing 3 4-star martial masters, gaining 12,000 experience points for the 10-vein divine sword proficiency. Congratulations, player, for killing 5 7-star martial masters, gaining 35,000 experience points for the 10-vein divine sword proficiency. The more Seo-Jin fought, the more ferocious he became, chasing the lackeys down and beating them until they cried for their mommies. Get the commander. This bastard is too strong. Mommy, I don't want to die. Let me go. Seo-Jin circulated his spiritual energy throughout his body to achieve a breakthrough. Congratulations, player Seo-Jin, for leveling up. You are now a 2-star martial general. Congratulations, player Seo-Jin, for breaking through 40,000 proficiency points for the 10-vein divine sword. You can now use the 5-vein divine sword. Congratulations, player Seo-Jin, for activating a divine skill lucky box. You have obtained the 5-vein divine sword formation. Do you wish to learn it? Dae-hyun and Ji-hoon, who were in the middle of their fight, had to stop and stare in awe. Holy shit. Is Seo-Jun's cultivation level increasing right now? That's my boy, Seo-Jin, he smirked, approaching with an imposing aura. Dae-hyun, you're so dead! Dae-hyun gritted his teeth and sent Ji-hoon flying with a palm strike. You little bastard. After killing so many of my men, I'm going to exterminate you. Ji-hoon, beaten black and blue, scrambled to his feet and yelled, Seo-Jin, run. The martial artist lackeys lying all over the ground screamed, All hail the commander! Finish this brat! Even Ji-hoon's own men had to stop and stare. It's over. Seo-Jin has lost his mind. Seo-Jin drew his sword and roared ferociously. Taste the 5th vein of my 10-vein divine sword. Dae-hyun was not about to be outdone. He channeled spiritual energy into his sword. Using the same old trick is useless. Shatter! Seo-Jin swung his sword, and a barrage of spiritual energy beams shot towards Dae-hyun. He quickly moved to block the attack. The two streams of energy collided, creating a small shockwave. However, Seo-Jun's attack didn't dissipate. Instead, it pierced right through Dae-hyun, who panicked. What? Those beams of spiritual energy went straight through his body, leaving countless slash marks all over him. His lackeys covered their faces and screamed in disbelief. Am I seeing things? Seo-Jin actually defeated Dae-hyun. How did he suddenly get so damn strong? Min-jun was defeated by Jin-woo, lying on the ground unconscious and half dead. Jin-woo, with a calm face, gently wiped the sweat from his brow. Congratulations to player Jin-woo for killing the 5-star warlord, Min-jun. You have obtained 50,000 experience points and 5,000 divine skill proficiency points. He glared at the lackeys, threatening, You're next. What are you gonna do? We're the city lord's personal guards. Sung-ho's men seized the opportunity and rushed forward to subdue them. The men started crying and begging for their lives. This has nothing to do with us. We never meant to bully the Jin family. The city lord ordered us to come. Jin-woo stood aside, Studying the system notification panel, player Jin-woo, rank 6-star warlord, 10 meridians divine sword. Proficiency is maxed out, able to execute the 10 meridians divine sword slaughter formation. He cracked his knuckles, his entire body seething with battle lust. This level up feels damn good. Am I strong enough to take on a 9-star warlord now? Jin-woo let out a sinister grin, about to leave the mansion. It seems he'll have to make more enemies to get enough mobs to grind. Suddenly, a gentle voice called out from behind him. Young master, where are you going? Jin-woo turned to look at her and instructed, Seo-yeon, you take care of Grandpa for now. Don't worry about me. She stood behind him, clenching her hands nervously. Please be careful, young master. A smirk played on Jin-woo's lips. I'm going to solve all our little problems. At the city lord's estate, a huge explosion rocked the main gate. Jin-woo, sword in hand, single-handedly wiped the floor with the gate guards, stomping them down or sending them flying. In Azure Fall, the city lord will never forgive you. Jin-woo slammed his foot into the guard's gut. You ass-kissing piece of shit. You're at death's door and you still dare to threaten me? A murderous aura erupted from him as he arrogantly stomped on the estate's sign and marched inside. Azure Falls City Lord. And you too, Taehyun. Just you wait. I'm coming. The City Lord's estate. Within Azure Falls City, the streets were more bustling than ever. Jin-woo sat at a roadside tea house, pouring himself a cup. He lifted it, his brow slightly furrowed in thought. Grandpa and Seo-yeon are safe and sound. Now I just need to deal with the Chan family and the City Lord of Azure Fall. Then I'll have nothing left to worry about. He set the cup down on the table. His hand resting on the cup tightened unconsciously. From what I've gathered, Chan Tae-hyun is a half-step grandmaster, and City Lord Du Kang-dae is a 9-star martial king. On top of that, there are dozens of other martial kings and nearly 10,000 city guards. The streets were packed with people, their shouts echoing all around. Stop, thief! Selling myself to bury my father? I only need 20 silver pieces. Get your candied hawthorns here. Jin-woo walked on, lost in his own train of thought. I can't be reckless. I need to use the city guards to grind levels. Only after I've gotten strong enough can I take care of Chan Tae-hyun and Du Kang-dae, but I absolutely have to hide my identity. I can't drag Seo-yeon and Grandpa into this. Suddenly, an idea sparked in his mind. He'd wear an elaborate mask and a fine set of clothes, killing with elegance, and they'll never know who I am. Jin-woo pointed ahead excitedly. I'll get a mask made right here. The shop he pointed at looked completely run down and abandoned. A blacksmith's shop. It was a bit of a dump, but that meant it wouldn't draw any unwanted attention. Jin-woo walked up to the counter. Old man, I want to forge a badass golden mask. Master Kang let out a huge yawn, listlessly pointing into the shop. All the tools are in the back. Go make it yourself. With that, he slammed his head on the table and passed out. Jin-woo leaned over to read a sign on the counter. Want something forged? Do it your damn self. No service. He grabbed an iron ingot and swore under his breath, all I want is to hide my damn identity, and it's this much of a pain in the ass. The system suddenly chimed in. Extremely simple, basic artifact forging skill detected. Jin-woo's eyes instantly lit up. Would the player like to learn this skill? Hell yeah, I want to learn. He picked up a hammer and immediately got to work on the mask. Congratulations. Player Jin-woo has learned the extremely simple basic artifact forging skill. The artifact forging skill has been successfully unlocked. Once this mask is finished, it's time for me to go on a goddamn rampage. He worked tirelessly, heating and hammering the iron for hours on end. Much later, Jin-woo pulled the finished product from the furnace, wiping the sweat from his brow. Done. Staring at the misshapen lump of metal in his hands, Jin-woo tried to console himself. Well, it's a little ugly. Congratulations, player. Jin-woo has successfully crafted a complete metal mask, gaining 1 point of proficiency in metal mask crafting. Hearing the system notification, he burst out laughing. Holy shit, even this skill can be leveled up. Your boy is definitely going to become a master forger. Jin-woo continued to craft mask after mask, his laughter echoing through the shop, leveled up again. The incessant sound of hammering finally woke the old shopkeeper, who groggily wiped the drool from his chin. Can't a guy get a goddamn nap around here? What a pain. His eyes shot open in shock. What the hell is all this? The entire shop was crammed with countless, intricately designed masks. Congratulations! Player Jin-woo has maxed out the proficiency for metal mask crafting and has obtained the title Grandmaster of Metal Mask Crafting. Jin-woo stood by the furnace, admiring his masterpiece with satisfaction. Finally, it's perfect. He casually tossed a gold bar to the shopkeeper and then walked away like a total badass. Time to start grinding! The scene shifts to the training grounds in the eastern part of Azure Fall City. The city guard centurion, Commander Ho, a powerfully built man, brandished his weapon and yelled, "All right, you maggots, train your asses off. The city lord has given an order. We are to go to Silverstream City and escort the second young master back." The soldiers trained with all their might, completely unaware of a shadowy figure appearing in a corner of the grounds. Just then, a silhouette dropped from the sky, landing right in the middle of them. Jin Woo lands hard on the ground, sending several nearby guys flying without even a direct hit. He looks up, revealing a gleaming mask, and behind it, his eyes still glow with a deadly aura. Your second young master has already been killed by me. The captain breaks out in a cold sweat, his face turning pale. What? He forces himself to calm down and orders his men to attack Jin Woo. Get him! There's a reward for whoever captures this guy. But as they get close, Jin Woo's aura alone blasts them away. The 10 Meridian Divine Sword. A few guys terrified by that immense power turn tail and run for their lives. Is he even human? Jin Woo just smirks. Think you can escape? He channels power into his legs and leaps after a fleeing soldier. The guy gets a blast of spiritual energy straight through the heart. Die. Jin Woo stands there, his presence overwhelming, as the system dings with EXP notifications. Congratulations, player Jin Woo, for leveling up. Current rank is 9-star Marshal General. Now this is what you call power leveling. He clenches his fist, thinking to himself that wiping out a 1,000-man squad just got him 3 levels. At this thought, Jin Woo strikes a narcissistic pose, cupping his own cheeks. If I wipe out the entire city guard, won't I just ascend to the heavens? The more he thinks about it, the more hyped he gets, and he dashes out the door. Oh, experience points. Here I come. Elsewhere, at the city lord's manor, a corpse lies on the floor, covered by a white sheet. A man grits his teeth, forcing out each word. A member of the esteemed city guard was killed by some nobody. The lord of Azure Rock City, Soo-Jin, gets angrier the more he thinks about it, unable to stop himself from cursing. Damn it. The subordinate next to him drops to his knees in fear, sweating bullets. This subordinate is doing everything possible to track him down. We'll definitely capture him today. The city guard commander, Park Min-jun, gets a sharp glare from Jin Hwan. If he's not caught by tonight, don't bother showing your face to me ever again. Just then, another disciple rushes in to report. My lord, we've received word from the Xuanji sect. The young master has broken through to the 9-star Marshal General realm and is preparing to challenge the 3rd core disciple. Jin Hwan laughs heartily, his foul mood gone. Excellent! Soo-Jin has done well. He turns to leave but doesn't forget to give an order. A great opportunity has appeared in the 2 capitals. Send a letter immediately telling Hyun-soo to return. Yes, my lord. Jin Hwan releases his divine power, laughing triumphantly. My Seo family will definitely rise to become a noble clan in the Liang Kingdom. At the central barracks of Azure Rock City, Jin Woo swings his arm, firing a blast of divine power tens of meters away, tearing up the ground. 10 Meridian Divine Sword. Congratulations, player Jin Woo, for killing 757 martial artists, gaining 299,000 experience points, and 249,900 divine skill proficiency points. The spiritual energy in his body is also much more abundant than before. The system chimes with a notification. Congratulations, player Jin Woo, for leveling up. Current rank is 5-star Martial King. A 5-star Martial King? Jin Woo joyfully takes off his mask and checks his items. His divine skill proficiency has surpassed 1 million points, meeting the criteria to open a divine skill gift box. Open the divine skill gift box? What's a divine skill gift box? A divine skill? He jumps around like a little kid as the system panel appears again. When a player's skill proficiency is maxed out, accumulating divine proficiency allows them to obtain a new divine skill. Doesn't that mean I can get infinite divine skills? I'm about to defy the heavens. Jin Woo excitedly hits the confirm button on the screen. Open. The box opens, revealing an ancient book inside. The divine skill gift box has been opened. Congratulations, player Jin Woo, for obtaining the divine skill. Cloud-piercing immortal step. Cloud-piercing immortal step? Jin Woo flips through the pages, reading the contents. Legend has it that the cloud-piercing immortal step was created by the heavenly marshal just to peep on the moon goddess while she bathed. Mastering it allows for instantaneous movement over 100 miles. After reading this, he gets even more excited and hugs the book tightly. This sounds pretty badass. I gotta learn it right away. Jin Woo holds the book up and begins to cultivate. Rows of mystical runes surround his body as he starts training. Visualizing the Dantian, he rapidly circulates the lesser heavenly cycle. 2 hours later, Jin Woo tries out the technique and, to his surprise, he's already succeeded, possessing an astonishing speed. Behold my cloud-piercing immortal step! He eagerly spars with a group of guards, but he beats them so badly they're all left sprawled on the ground. So satisfying. Just as Jin Woo charges inside, the captain, wielding a saber on horseback, leads a troop of men to block his path. You've got some nerve, causing trouble at the city guard's headquarters. The guards who just got their asses kicked see their backup has arrived and smugly scramble to their feet. Awesome! Lord Park is here. This is great! With Lord Park here, this punk is dead meat. Look, he's already trembling. Little do they know, Jin Woo isn't trembling from fear, but from sheer excitement. So many experience points, all serving themselves up on a silver platter. The captain points his saber at him, growling, "Brat, don't even think about escaping today." Jin-woo gives a provocative smirk. Why would I run? The ones who should be running are you guys. The captain gets even more pissed at his fearlessness, still acting so arrogant when you're about to die. City guard, hear my command, kill this man. The men behind him receive the order and immediately leap forward to surround Jin-woo. Yes, sir. As soon as they close in, Jin-woo crouches and unleashes a massive wave of spiritual energy, which takes the form of a lion's head. Golden Lion's heavenly roar. The crowd is blown away. The captain sits on his horse, stunned, watching his men get flattened. Jin-woo puts his hands on his hips, his arrogance reaching the heavens. You experience points should know your place. How dare you act tough in front of me? The captain can't stand the humiliation and spurs his horse forward, raising his saber to attack. Don't you dare get cocky, you bastard. He swung his sword and roared to the men behind him. Soldiers, on my command, fire your arrows. The arrows flew straight towards Jin-woo, but even with his mask on, he didn't show a hint of fear. Piece of cake, just watch my cloud-piercing step. He moved with incredible agility, weaving his body to narrowly dodge every wave of attacks. I dodge, you miss. This is so damn boring. Kang Ji-hoon watched the display and couldn't help but exclaim, this guy's movement technique is insanely fast. He looked around for a moment and wondered, where the hell did he go? The arrows that had just been fired suddenly turned around and came flying back. The arrows rained down on his head, making him scream in pain. From atop his horse, he couldn't help but yell, who the hell is throwing arrows at me? The terrified guards stammered, it wasn't us, sir. Jin-woo was now lounging on the city wall, striking a pose as he looked down at him. Hey, idiot, where are you looking? I'm over here. Enraged, Kang Ji-hoon pointed forward and commanded, you bastard, shoot him dead for me. Upon hearing the order, the soldiers drew their bows, and dozens of arrows flew through the air, wave after wave. But it did nothing to intimidate Jin-woo, who remained defiant. Just watch me. Jin-woo lunged forward like a flash of lightning, snatching every incoming arrow with his bare hands in a series of moves as powerful as a tiger. He then formed the arrows into a massive ball and held it high. With all his strength, Jin-woo hurled these arrows back at the men who had just shot at him. Take them back. The arrows fanned out and flew back towards Kang Ji-hoon. The soldiers were completely stunned and terrified. Holy shit, a move like that actually exists? Run for your lives! Jin-woo watched the chaos and sneered. And where are you going to run? The arrows slammed into their bodies, causing agonizing pain. Help us, Commander, please save us. His face darkened as he watched his men get slaughtered. This kid is a 5-star Martial King at most. I'm a 7-star Martial King. He's absolutely no match for me. With his soldiers down, only he was left, charging forward on his horse, hell-bent on revenge. You little bastard, prepare to die. He put everything into his first strike, but Jin-woo swiftly dodged it. Cloud-piercing. Step, I dodge. While running, Jin-woo thought to himself, I can't beat this guy in a direct fight. I have to kill the city guards first to level up. The commander kept chasing Jin-woo on his horse, shouting, stop running if you have any balls. The soldiers who had just recovered from the arrow volley looked up in horror. Oh shit, he's heading this way. The chase had become a bizarre spectacle. The commander was hot on Jin-woo's heels, while Jin-woo was herding the terrified soldiers, forcing them to run for their lives ahead of him. Stop running if you're a man. But Jin-woo was unfazed, his voice full of challenge. If you're so tough, then come and catch me. Seeing his own troops flee made Kang Ji-hoon even more furious. City guards, you are not to retreat, he roared from a distance, making the guards freeze. Anyone who disobeys will be dealt with according to military law. The tide of the battle seemed to turn, as the soldiers now surrounded Jin-woo. At last, he had cornered Jin-woo. You damn mutt, Kang Ji-hoon smirked sinisterly. Let's see where you can run to this time. Just then, the system's voice rang out in his mind. Congratulations to player Jin-woo for killing 2,356 martial masters and 780 martial generals. You have obtained 31,415,926 experience points and 5,358,979 divine skill proficiency points. Congratulations to player Jin-woo for becoming a 7-star Martial King. Cloud-piercing step proficiency has accumulated 5 million points. Unlocking the 5th stage of cloud-piercing step, 358,979 out of 10 million. Feeling the new power surge through him, Jin-woo felt a wave of arrogance. Run? Why the hell should I run? You're the one who should be running. Hearing Jin-woo's fearless retort, Kang Ji-hoon sneered. A mere 5-star Martial King dares to run his mouth like that? You must have a death wish. He was already prepared and unleashed his skill, the 10 Meridians Divine Sword Slaughter Formation. Flames erupted around him, unleashing a barrage of invisible swords. Kang Ji-hoon was completely stunned by the skill Jin-woo had just unleashed. What the hell? The attack was so precise that it left him no room to counter, and he could only scream in agony. This can't be. Before Kang Ji-hoon could even react, the invisible blades of light had already run him through. The soldiers stared at their commander and whispered among themselves, "The commander. He's dead." As soon as Kang Dae-ho died, the system's voice chimed in. Congratulations to player Jin Woo for killing a 7-star Martial King. You have obtained 700,000 experience points, 70,000 true energy points, and 70,000 cloud-piercing step proficiency points. Jin Woo couldn't help but humiliate the corpse, stepping on his head with a laugh. I'm a 7-star Martial King now. Seeing their leader fall, the soldiers scattered like a headless snake, realizing he had been hiding his true strength all along. We're done for. The commander is dead. Everyone, run for your lives. I don't want to die. But Jinwoo had no intention of letting a single one escape. You don't want to die? Did you ever think of this day when you were oppressing the common folk? Before they could get very far, he swiftly unleashed rays of light that pierced through them. Jinwoo calmly walked away, leaving countless soldiers lying in a heap behind him. The more people he killed, the more the system's notifications chimed. Congratulations to player Jinwoo for accumulating 6 million cloud-piercing step proficiency points. Unlocking the 6th stage of cloud-piercing step. The current data for cloud-piercing step is 6,300,000 out of 10 million. He was overjoyed, thinking to himself, the Jade Lake District's city guard has been annihilated today. Congratulations to player Jin Woo for leveling up. Current level, 8-star Martial King. Jin Woo had finally reached his destination. Do Hyun Suk, I've come for you. A soldier watching from a rooftop was secretly in awe of Jin Woo's power. He's terrifying. Who the hell is this man in the golden mask? I need to report this to the family head immediately. Meanwhile, inside the estate, Chairman Park and Chairman Yoon were having a conversation. The head of the Park family, Chairman Park, and the head of the Yoon family, Chairman Yoon. Dong-han sipped his tea, almost forgetting the main reason he was there. Clan head Kang, Park Ji-hoon has already led his men to corner the golden masked man. They'll probably catch him any minute now. Kang Dae laughed heartily, seemingly unconcerned. No matter what, the City Lord's manor will take a massive hit to its strength this time. At that moment, the two men exchanged a knowing glance, as if they could already taste victory. The air between them grew thick with excitement and smugness. Looks like the power rankings in this bismuth cloud city are about to get a little shakeup. A subordinate burst in, shattering the mood. Sir, Park Ji-hoon has been killed. The man stammered in terror. The entire city guard has been wiped out. Kang Dae's jaw dropped, unable to believe what he was hearing. But unlike him, Dong-han shot up from his seat. What? His face was drenched in sweat, completely stunned by the news. Hearing the guard's report, Dong-han decided to get the hell out of there fast. Clan head Kang, something urgent has come up. I must take my leave. Kang Dae didn't try to stop him. Be careful. As Dong-han prepared to leave, his face was pale. The Royal Zhou clan from the capital is coming to choose a marriage alliance. This is a huge opportunity. I absolutely cannot let anything mess it up. Kang Dae watched him leave and sneered. Fucking coward. And you think you're worthy of an alliance with the Royal Zhou clan? Yes. The subordinate watched him disappear before finishing his report. My lord, that golden masked man is incredibly strong. Should we perhaps lay low for a while? Hearing this, the clan head shot up violently, his spiritual energy exploding outwards. Everything around him was crushed by the pressure. No need to be afraid. Continue scouting. Seeing his master's power, the guard praised him endlessly. A martial grandmaster. Congratulations, my lord. He flashed a sinister and arrogant smile. His eyes blazed like a predator that had just caught the scent of blood. This time, it's our Kang clan's turn to rule Bismuth Cloud City. The sky turned a serene, clear blue, white clouds drifting lazily as if no chaos had just erupted. Meanwhile, at the city lord's manor, Hajun asked a guard, "What's the situation with Park Ji-hoon?" The guard relayed what he knew. Someone just reported that Lord Park has the target surrounded. It seems we'll have good news any moment now. Hearing this, the city lord ordered the guard to get more details. Tell Park Ji-hoon to capture him alive. I need to find out exactly what power is backing that bastard. The guard bowed respectfully, trembling slightly. Yes, my lord. The guard then departed. He was still sipping his drink, watching the guard leave, when suddenly, the sound of a door shattering sent the guard flying. The subordinate was thrown right at the table where the city lord was sitting, which enraged Hajun, who shot to his feet, roaring, "Who is it?" Jo-yoon, having smashed his way in, stormed forward holding the manor's sign. No need to look for me. Behind him lay the bodies of the fallen guards. I've already killed Park Ji-hoon. Hajun didn't recognize the man before him, but he was furious at his attitude. Who the hell are you? Jo-yoon immediately charged forward, swinging the manor's sign down like a weapon. I'm the one who's here to take your life. Hajun didn't counter, simply blocking the attack. Get the fuck off me. The sign couldn't withstand his power and shattered during the clash. Seeing Jo-yoon was now empty-handed, he immediately unleashed his power towards him. What kind of technique is this? Hajun ignored Jo-yoon's question and pressed his attack. Aura Force Field! He roared, and his power surged towards the boy. But Jo-yoon wasn't scared in the slightest, calmly watching the old man's technique close in. Jo-yoon just looked on, gauging his power, spread out. As the attack was about to hit, Jo-yoon leaped back. Before his opponent could react, he spun around, forming a hand seal. The technique was unleashed in an instant. 10 Meridian's Divine Sword. Jo-yoon's move didn't seem to threaten the City Lord at all. This is my ultimate technique. Anyone weaker than me will have their attacks nullified by my force field. Ha-joon was done playing around and countered with all his might. You little shit! Time to die! His power erupted violently. Streams of spiritual energy, like invisible spears, shot straight at Jo-yoon. Without a moment's hesitation in the face of the barrage, he jumped back. Cloud-stepping immortal art! He dodged the attacks, which slammed into the ground, creating deep craters. Jo-yoon felt a wave of relief. Damn, that was a vicious attack. It's a good thing I have the cloud-stepping immortal art, but the old man wasn't about to let him off that easily. You little bastard! You've caused even more damage to the forces I worked so hard to build. Today, I'm going to skin you alive. He unleashed his full power while charging straight at Jo-yoon. Seeing Ha-joon rushing towards him, Jo-yoon was on high alert. The attacks flew as fast as arrows, but his dodging speed was incredible. The old man screamed, "Just die already." He continued using the cloud-stepping immortal art to evade, but some of the attacks still managed to graze him. Jo-yoon knew he couldn't win and started to flee. This is bad. I need to level up fast, or this old bastard will kill me sooner or later. Suddenly, the sound of frantic footsteps approached them. A general in golden armor led a troop of soldiers and reported, "My lord, the manor's soldiers have all assembled." Ha-joon couldn't hide his delight that his men had arrived. Excellent. Just fucking perfect. Eager to kill the boy, Ha-joon gave the order. Soldiers, hear my command. Stop this man for me, and you'll be rewarded. Kill him, and you'll be rewarded. Brothers charge. Kang Min couldn't help but open his arms to welcome them. God damn, these experience points are way too eager. You're making me blush. He summoned his ultimate power, the 10 Meridian's Divine Sword. The closer the soldiers got to Kang Min, the louder the explosions and the more bodies hit the floor. Hundreds of soldiers were sent flying, and even their commander couldn't escape and collapsed. The golden-armored general, son of a bitch, I just got here. The more people Kang Min killed, the more the system notifications rang out. Congratulations, player. Kang Min has killed 1 4-star Martial King, 10 3-star Martial Kings, 32 9-star Martial Masters, gaining 800,000 experience points and 80,000 proficiency points for the Sky Strider steps. Fucking awesome. Congratulations, player. Kang Min's proficiency for the Sky Strider steps has accumulated 100 million points, unlocking the 10th level of Sky Strider steps. Current proficiency for Sky Strider steps is 10 million out of 10 million. Congratulations, player. Kang Min has maxed out the divine skill Sky Strider steps, obtaining the hidden skill, instant teleportation, allowing him to move instantly with a single thought within a 1,000 square kilometer area. Jin-hyuk saw Kang Min laughing like a madman and couldn't help but wonder, what the hell is this brat laughing about? Has he gone insane? You little punk? If you've lost your mind, then allow me to put you out of your misery. The moment the system upgraded him, Kang Min used his new power, the Sky Strider Steps' teleportation. Jin-hyuk saw him right in front, but in a flash, he was gone. An afterimage? How the hell is this brat so fast? Kang Min appeared behind him like a gust of wind, seemingly out of nowhere. Where are you looking? I'm right behind you. In a single move, he grazed the top of Jin-hyuk's head, slicing off his hair. Jin-hyuk grabbed a handful of his severed hair. My hair! You son of a bitch! Kang Min couldn't help but mock him gleefully. How do you like the new haircut I gave you? This only enraged him further as he prepared a killing blow. I'll fucking kill you! But Kang Min's movement speed was just too damn fast. Your clothes look a little tight. Let me help you tailor them. Kang Min then whipped out a marker and used his incredible speed to mess with the old man. Why so serious? Let me give you a makeover. After finishing his masterpiece, Kang Min couldn't help but give himself a round of applause. By the time he was done, Jin-hyuk's clothes were in tatters and his face was covered in doodles. And now, let's give a warm welcome to our great city lord of Azure Fall City. The soldiers couldn't help but snicker amongst themselves seeing their master's state. Is that really our city lord? God damn. My eyes are burning. I can't look anymore. Kang Min looked at him and sneered. Choi Jin-hyuk, you really don't look like much. In his ragged state, the old man roared with fury. You bastard! I'm going to kill you! Kang Min just kept toying with him and dashed away. You want to kill me? Dream on! The old man yelled in frustration. You little shit! Get back here! Kang Min ran with all his might. If I kill about 20 more of these mansion guards, I can reach 9-star Martial King. Once that happens, I'll take care of this despicable old fart. Watching the young man fight dozens of men alone, Jin-hyuk was stunned. When this brat first showed up in the city, even Park Seo-jun could have handled him easily. He wondered to himself, how did he get so damn powerful? Kang Min let out a gleeful laugh. Don't even think about running. You're all my experience points. After a moment, Jin-hyuk finally figured it out. Could it be that this brat gets stronger by killing people? He immediately gave an order. All guards of the city lord's mansion, hear my command. Scatter immediately, evade his attacks, and preserve your strength. The soldiers were overjoyed. This is great. We finally don't have to throw our lives away against this monster. But just as they thought they were safe, who would have known that Kang Min would charge forward with even more vigor? Oh shit, that brat is coming after us again. Everyone run for it. The soldiers fled for their lives. Help me. I don't want to die. But this was exactly what Kang Min was hoping for. I only need a few more of you to level up. Where do you think you're running? As soon as the words left his mouth, he unleashed his 10 Meridians divine sword skill. Jin-hyuk reminded himself, I absolutely cannot let this brat increase his power any further. So, he quickly launched a counterattack, True Force Explosion Field. As Kang Min's volley of swords shot towards the soldiers, Jin-hyuk created a shield to protect them. However, the swords were slowly piercing through the protective barrier, and to make matters worse, Kang Min was taunting him. Why is this old coward suddenly on the defensive? If you've got the balls, then come and try to kill me. On his end, Jin-hyuk was extremely confident. Stop your act. I already know the secret to your rapid power-ups, and I absolutely will not let you kill a single person more. Hearing that, Kang Min froze for a moment. What? That old bastard figured out my secret? Jin-hyuk suddenly attacked his own soldiers, True Force Devouring Field. All they could do was cry out in terror. My lord, city lord, spare us. As they were being devoured by the spell, the soldiers cursed him. We risked our lives for you, and now you're killing us too. Choi Jin-hyuk, you can go to hell. Meanwhile, Kang Min had stopped just short of Jin-hyuk's magical attack. Holy shit, this move again. A thick cloud of pink smoke was billowing up. Kang Min scoffed with contempt. Choi Jin-hyuk is so fucking ruthless. He killed all his own men just to stop me from leveling up. Jin-hyuk unleashed a massive amount of power and declared, the 100-year legacy of my Choi family has been destroyed. Because of you! By the heavenly martial Tao above, I swear that I will kill you, no matter the cost. A magical vortex began to churn in the air. Lee Dong-hoon, watching this, was completely stunned. To think Choi Jin-hyuk was pushed so far that he had to make a heavenly martial oath. Kang Min was also surprised. This old bastard has lost his mind. I need to level up fast. Ha-jun frantically chased after him. You little bastard, your life is mine. The passers-by watched the chaos in confusion. So noisy. What the hell is going on? Wait, isn't that the city lord? Who's he chasing? Ji-hoon yelled, get the hell out of the way! Seo Ha-jun had lost his mind, and they were getting caught in the crossfire before they could even react. What is this? Holy shit! Run for your lives! That maniac Seo Ha-jun, he's even killing civilians! Ha-jun was like a man possessed, you die today. Meanwhile, Ji-hoon, having just turned a corner, yelled angrily, stop it! They're all innocent civilians. They have nothing to do with this. Ha-jun declared majestically, I am the city lord. They are my people. I can kill whoever the F times CK I want. At this point, Ji-hoon didn't need to hold back anymore. You son of a bitch, I'll F times kecking end you. Ha-jun was thrilled. Right on time. The streams of mana from both sides collided, creating a massive frenzy, and just seconds later, everything around them was blown to smithereens. Ji-hoon cursed in pain. Damn it, he was filled with regret. If only he had a little more time, he could have leveled up and finished this bastard. Ha-jun charged forward to attack again. I'll cripple your arms first. Then I'll go after your family, so you can watch them die one by one. Luckily, Ji-hoon managed to dodge in time. Holy shit, I can't believe that bastard saw through my plan. What should I do now? Kang Dae, who had been watching from a corner, thought, looks like that guy is no match for Seo Ha-jun. Should I lend him a hand? In such a dire situation. Ji-hoon had no choice. System, save me. The system responded, System has detected that the host is in mortal danger. It is recommended to purchase a skill or weapon to increase your power. Battle through the Heaven's Fist for 88,888 Supreme Coins. Wandering Palm of Solitude for 88,888 Supreme Coins. Snow-Drinking Berserker Blade for 8,888 Supreme Coins. And World-Ending Sword for 8,888 Supreme Coins. Ji-hoon wanted to know more. This was all top-tier stuff. System, how many Supreme Coins do I have left? The system updated. Host Supreme Coin balance is 1. You cannot purchase the items above. Hearing this, Ji-hoon was completely stunned. God damn it, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Just then, the system brought good news. Because you are the 1000th host of the system, you are gifted one chance to spin the lucky prize wheel. Would you like to spin it? Ji-hoon immediately agreed. Wait, what happened to the 999 hosts before me? Never mind, cut the crap and spin it already. The magic wheel spun rapidly in the system space. After it stopped, it announced, congratulations to the host for obtaining the Fatal Rhythm card. Would you like to use it? The function of this item, the Fatal Rhythm card, can grant the user the ultimate taunting skill. Maxed out provocation and instigation energy. Taunting is my specialty. I'm a total badass. After hearing the description, Ji-hoon couldn't help but exclaim, holy crap, This card is OP as hell. Use it now. The system confirmed. Fatal Rhythm card has been activated. Countdown. 10 minutes, 9 minutes, and 59 seconds. Ji-hoon wondered, who should I provoke Seo Ha-jun into fighting? The system analyzed. Searching. Target identified. Park Kang-dae. Thanks to this, Ji-hoon was now brimming with confidence. All right then, let's begin. He brazenly provoked. You old coward. Come and kill me if you've got the balls. Ha-jun's blood boiled with rage upon hearing that. You're at death's door and you still dare to be so F times kecking arrogant? Meanwhile, Ji-hoon was moving with incredible speed below, and in just about 5 seconds, he was standing in front of Kang-dae, Lord Patriarch. I've lured Seo Ha-jun here, just as you commanded. The two men were so shocked they exclaimed in unison. What? Kang-dae angrily prepared to strike. What nonsense are you spouting? His plan working. Ji-hoon immediately activated the Fatal Rhythm card. Instantly, both Ha-jun and Kang-dae seemed to freeze, as time slowed down 100-fold. As planned, he leaned in and whispered into Ha-jun's ear. Think about it. Why was it only your city guard that was wiped out, and your power so severely weakened? Who benefits the most from this? It's obviously Park Kang-dae. Now he's stronger than you, and you have fewer soldiers than him. Soon Azure Fall City will belong to the Park family. Besides, I heard that your son was killed by men sent by Park Kang-dae. If you don't kill him, he'll torture you to death slowly. If you don't make your move now, when will you? Next up was Kang-dae. Seo Ha-jun's power is at an all-time low. Now is the time for the Park family to rise. Azure Fall City should belong to the Parks. Seo Ha-jun is weaker than you, so on what grounds does he hold a higher position? Kill him now, and you'll be the top dog. It's a small price to pay for a massive upgrade. A bicycle becomes a motorcycle. Finally, he had successfully provoked them. He's right, I must kill him. I am the true city lord. Both men, filled with rage, charged at each other to kill. The powerful surge of their mana tore through the space. After one attack, buildings were destroyed and Ha-jun was the first to fall. Ji-hoon watched secretly from a corner. Holy shit, Seo Ha-jun was crippled by Park Kang-dae in a single blow? Park Kang-dae must be at least at the martial sect level. It seems my leveling speed isn't fast enough. I need to get even faster. Not stopping there, Kang-dae moved to eliminate his rival for good. Go to hell! Ji-hoon realized the gravity of the situation. Holy shit, those are my experience points. I can't let him steal the kill. So he rushed out to stop him. Wait, only then did Kang-dae notice Ji-hoon. He continued his manipulation. Seo Ha-jun is crippled now, but his clansmen are still alive. You have to pull the weeds by the root, or they'll just grow back when spring comes. How about you leave this place to me? You go to the city lord's manor and wipe them all out. Just like that, Kang-dae beamed. Makes sense. Only when he saw him fly away did Ji-hoon dare to breathe a sigh of relief. Luckily, the Fatal Tempo card still has some time left, 2 minutes and 1 second. Then he appeared before Do-hyun. I had no beef with you. But who told you and your son to be such arrogant assholes and piss me off? He was extremely confused. Who the hell are you? And what happened to Jin-woo? Kang Min-jun slowly revealed. Jin-woo tried to defile my handmaiden, so I killed his ass. And as for me, he officially removed his mask and introduced himself as Kang Min-jun of Silver Creek City. Do-hyun still tried to insult him. So it's you? That trashy little punk who was once engaged to the second young lady of the Yun clan? No fucking way. Kang Min-jun took matters into his own hands. Don't even think about stalling for time. Just die. Who would have thought Do-hyun still had the strength to draw a massive amount of energy into his mouth? You want to kill me? He declared. Even in death, I'm taking you with me. Seeing this, Kang Min-jun panicked. Oh shit, this bastard wants to self-destruct. He quickly distanced himself from Do-hyun, teleporting with his Cloud Piercer flash step just as Do-hyun's side began to explode. Meanwhile, Park Tae-soo, who was walking away, suddenly froze. He wondered, wait a minute, why was I fighting Do-hyun? At the same time, the system announced, 0 minutes, time's up, the Fatal Tempo card's effect has expired. Realizing what had happened, Park Tae-soo went ballistic. You damn yellow mask bastard! Meanwhile, Do-hyun was buried under a massive pile of rocks. Although he dodged in time, Kang Min-jun was still slightly injured. Finally, this despicable old bastard is dead. The system updated his achievements. Congratulations to player Kang Min-jun for killing a 9-star martial king, gaining 9 million experience points and 900,000 divine skill proficiency points. Congratulations to player Kang Min-jun for leveling up to a 9-star martial king. Energy surged through Kang Min-jun's body. Even though I'm a 9-star martial king, Park Tae-soo is a martial ancestor, I still need to keep leveling up. After collecting his rewards, Kang Min-jun once again moved forward to see if the old bastard dropped any good loot. He picked something up. Huh, this jade pendant looks a little strange. Kang Min-jun slowly raised the pendant to inspect it when it suddenly flew away while emitting a voice. My killer, Kang Min-jun of Silver Creek City. Kang Min-jun realized in a panic. Oh shit, It's a communication jade talisman. Without a second's hesitation, he immediately gave chase. He used his cloud piercer flash step, but in the end, he still missed it. I can't believe I couldn't catch it. I wonder who Do-hyun sent that message to. Meanwhile, Park Tae-soo had caught up. Yellow-masked man, you dare use me to kill someone, I'm going to fucking kill you. Kang Min-joon faced another obstacle. This is bad. Cold sweat trickled down his face. This is really bad. How did Park Tae-soo get back so fast? Now, Park Tae-soo could clearly see his opponent's face. How can this be? It's you? He was utterly bewildered. Aren't you that little mutt whose meridians I completely shattered? How did you get so damn strong? Kang Min-joon smirked contemptuously. I'm just too lucky to die. How could I be killed so easily by the likes of you? Park Tae-soo said slyly. Could it be that you've had a great opportunity? Hitting a nerve, Kang Min-joon's bravado faltered slightly. What opportunity? I don't know what you're talking about, he cursed internally. Damn it. Was this old bastard born in the year of the dog? His nose is too damn sharp. Park Tae-soo charged forward arrogantly. You little mutt. I'm afraid your great opportunity will belong to me today. Kang Min-joon immediately counterattacked. Using his cloud piercer flash step, he was in front of his opponent one moment and behind him the next, making Park Tae-soo certain. What a bizarre movement technique. It must be a great opportunity. Kang Min-joon acknowledged his power. He's so fast, I can't even completely dodge him with instant teleportation. I'm really no match for a martial ancestor. But Park Tae-soo had no intention of giving up. Let's see where you can run. Kang Min-joon had no choice but to turn tail and run. Shit, I can't beat this old bastard, but I'll be damned if I lose to you. An idea suddenly popped into his head. So this old bastard dares to bully me, huh? Just you wait. I'm going to your house to wreck the whole damn place. Park Tae-soo chased after him in a panic. You little mutt, you dare. Enraged, he unleashed a strike that shattered the ground. Kang Min-joon ran for his life. Damn you, Park Tae-soo. You can't catch me anyway, so I'll go all in against you. Seeing Kang Min-joon entering his family's estate, Park Tae-soo grew even more frantic. You little mutt! Stop right there! With a single blow, Kang Min-joon wiped out all the guards. It's too late. From the moment you attacked me, the Kang clan was determined to fight the Park clan to the very last breath. He continued his rampage. 10 Meridian Divine Sword Annihilation Formation. Explode for me. The soldiers screamed in terror. Clanhead, save us. Clanhead, I don't want to die. The system notifications flooded in. Congratulations to player Kang Min-joon for killing 485 3-star Martial Masters. Gained 1,455,000 experience points. Gained 145,500 Divine Skill Proficiency points. Congratulations to player Kang Min-joon for killing 567 6-star Martial Generals, gaining 1,620,000 experience points and 102,000 Divine Skill Proficiency points. Congratulations to player Kang Min-joon for killing 735 9-star Martial Disciples, gaining 661,500 experience points and 65,150 Divine Skill Proficiency points. Park Tae-soo had been pushed to his absolute limit. You little mutt. I will definitely exterminate your entire clan, and then I will torture your loved ones day and night to appease the hatred in my heart. He flew high into the air and released a cloud of black smoke. Kang Min-joon knew for sure. Oh no, he's going after Grandpa and Seo-yeon. My current strength isn't enough. What the hell am I supposed to do? He asked in a panic. System, I need to level up to a martial ancestor immediately. Is there any way? The system immediately announced. Detecting the host's desperate desire to level up has triggered a mandatory level up quest. Quest objective, within half a year, lead the Kang clan of Silver Creek City back to the main branch of the Kang lineage. S-rank quest. Reward is a god-tier bloodline physique and a 3-level cultivation boost. Quest failure. Player termination. Ji-hoon accepted. At this point, Ji-hoon didn't hesitate for a damn second. I accept. Instantly, the system flooded him with power. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for becoming a 1-star martial lord. After receiving this new strength, Ji-hoon immediately took off. Grandfather, Mina, you all have to F times kecking wait for me. Meanwhile, night had fallen on Seowoon City, and at the Kim clan's residence, Elder Kwon was getting anxious. Ji-hoon has been gone for so long, and there's still no damn word. Mina prayed silently. I believe the young master will be okay. Just then, Kang Dae leaped down from the roof, radiating pure F times, kecking rage. Ji-hoon is fine, he declared, but you mother times seekers are all dead. A shocked Elder Kwon got to his feet. Why are you here? Kang Dae spat back with hatred. You should go ask your precious grandson, Ji-hoon. Hearing this, Mina couldn't help but worry. Young master, what happened to him? Elder Kwon was also terrified. Ji-hoon, how is he? Kang Dae declared with absolute certainty. Oh, he's definitely going to die. And you little insects can go to hell first to wait for him. He unleashed a massive wave of power. Elder Kwon immediately shoved his granddaughter aside. Mina, look out. The force of Kang Dae's attack exploded so violently that it drew the attention of everyone outside. He was pouring a horrifying amount of energy into Elder Quan. Mine screamed helplessly, "Clanhead, grandfather!" After dealing with Elder Quan, Kang Dae turned his attention to her. "You must be Ji-hoon's little bitch, huh? I'll kill you, strip you naked, and hang your body from the city walls." I bet Ji-hoon will lose his F-times kecking mind when he sees that, right? Elder Quan used what little strength he had left to defend his granddaughter. "You bastard. I'll F-times keck and kill you." But with a gentle push from Kang Dae, the old man collapsed. "Know your place, trash." Just then, the clan guards finally rushed in. "Clan head!" They roared furiously. "Who the hell are you? You dare trespass in the Kim clan's territory. Everyone charge, kill him." Elder Quan desperately warned them. "No, he's a martial lord. Get out of here now." Kang Dae unleashed his giant palm technique, a swarm of pathetic insects. With a single move, the guards were all wiped out. "He's a monster. Even if we all attacked at once, he'd slaughter us with one blow. We're screwed. How in the hell did the Kim clan piss off an enemy this powerful?" He then turned his sights back to Mina. "Don't you worry, I'll send you to reunite with Ji-hoon in hell." The force of his aura grazed her, tearing the fabric of her dress against a sharp splinter of wood. She gritted her teeth in agony. "The young master will come back for me. I know he will." Kang Dae launched a final deadly strike at Mina. "Go to hell." Just as the attack was about to land, Ji-hoon arrived. "Chen Kang Dae, you mother of times care." His terrifying aura vibrated through the air. Ji-hoon helped Mina to her feet. "You bastard. 1 year from today will be the anniversary of your death." Kang Dae was suspicious. What kind of secret art did this brat use? How the hell is his power now on par with mine? Ji-hoon's aura sent an involuntary shiver down his spine. Seeing Ji-hoon, the clan members roared with joy. "It's amazing, the young master is back. Young master, kill that bastard. Long live the young master, our Kim clan is saved." Mina burst into tears. "Young master, you're finally back." Ji-hoon gently patted her head. "It's okay, Mina. Take grandfather and get clear of this area. I need to deal with this piece of trash first." Elder Quan gave him a solemn order. "Ji-hoon, you must kill Chen Kang Dae." And Ji-hoon confirmed. "Don't worry, grandfather. Chen Kang Dae is a dead man walking." Kang Dae was still running his mouth. "What a load of bullshit. You think a pathetic little martial king like you can kill a martial lord like me?" Ji-hoon shot back. "And who the hell told you I wasn't a martial lord?" Kang Dae couldn't wrap his head around it. "How is that possible? How could you possibly reach the martial lord realm in just half a day?" Ji-hoon scoffed. "My leveling speed is beyond what a piece of garbage like you could ever comprehend. 10 Meridian's divine sword." Kang Dae's mind raced. This little bastard actually leveled up. "I can't kill him now. I better get the hell out of here and find another opportunity." As he prepared to flee, he declared, "You little bastard, you just wait. The Kim clan of Seo-woon City will be annihilated by my hand sooner or later." But Ji-hoon wasn't about to let him go. Trying to run? Dream on, asshole. He shot towards Kang Dae like a bullet. "Your life is mine." Ji-hoon had already deployed a formation array to trap him. 10 Meridian sword formation. Kang Dae panicked, finding himself surrounded by countless phantom blades. "What? No way." And Ji-hoon gave a single booming command. "Execute." A colossal sword immediately descended to finish Kang Dae off. He screamed in agony as he tried to resist. "I won't accept this." Ji-hoon stomped on Kang Dae's dying body with utter contempt. "You crippled my meridians and humiliated my clan. A simple death like this is a F-times kecking gift." A system notification popped up. "Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for killing the boss, Chen Kang Dae, and earning 3 million experience points and 300,000 God-tier proficiency points. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for obtaining a green-grade character summoning card." Ji-hoon let out a satisfied laugh. Chen Kang Dae and Soo-Jin Woo are both eliminated. Finally, the Kim clan can have some goddamn peace for a while. The crowd outside erupted in cheers. "The young master killed a martial lord. Just how strong is he now? He's invincible. Is the Kim clan of Seo-woon City finally going to rise to power?" Ji-hoon announced with authority. "All members of the Kim clan, hear my order. Tend to the wounded and begin repairing the estate immediately." Everyone complied at once. "Yes, sir." Elder Quan struggled to walk over. "Ji-hoon." The young man turned around. "Grandfather?" Ji-hoon asked with concern. "Grandfather, are you okay?" Elder Quan replied, "There's no serious internal damage. I'll recover after half a month of rest. But there is a new, hidden danger." Elder Quan then used his magic on the jade pendant, revealing a projection of Seo Kang Dae. "Seo-jin, my son, my killer is Kwon Jin-woo of Cheonsu City. Avenge me." Jin-woo asked curiously, "Grandfather, where did you get this?" Elder Quan revealed that he'd found it on Seo-jun's corpse, figuring Seo Kang Dae must have sent a message to his son before he died. "That Seo-jin guy is?" Jin-woo quickly cut him off. "Don't worry, grandfather. Your grandson is already a martial ancestor. If that Seo-jin bastard dares to show up here, he's just asking for a death wish." In his heart, Elder Quan hoped that was true. The full moon cast a romantic glow over the celestial pivot sect when someone screamed, "Father!" The young man collapsed in agony. It was Soo-Jin. He roared through his tears. "Kwon Jin-woo, I will fucking kill you!" Fueled by hatred, Seo-jin stormed out. His own strength wasn't enough. If he wanted revenge, he'd have to ask them for help. Scene changed to Cheonsu City, at the Kwon residence. Jin-woo wanted to know, "Grandfather, besides the main branch's clan tournament held every 3 years, is there any other way to return to the main branch?" Elder Kwon asked suspiciously. "Are you planning to lead the Kwon clan of Cheonsu City back to the main branch?" Jin-woo already had a plan. "That's right. Not only will I lead us back to the main branch, but I also have to find that son of heaven's pride who harmed my father. He had always held that grudge deep inside. A blood debt must be paid in blood." Elder Kwon clapped him firmly on both shoulders. "Good, my boy. You are truly Jaehua's son. Truly my grandson." In reality, Jin-woo was crying on the inside, smiling on the outside, but weeping internally. "Damn it, if I don't go back, the system will kill me." Elder Kwon revealed that besides the clan tournament, the only way back to the main branch was to defeat the #1 genius of the same generation from the Kwon clan's royal capital main branch. The old man continued grimly. "But this is no easy task. The resources and geniuses of the main branch are on a level that the branch families can't even compare to." It was the same for Jaehwa back in the day, but Jin-woo was extremely confident. "Others can't do it, but I can. I'm basically a walking cheat code. A cease and desist letter from our lawyer. I'm an intern who's been using hacks for 1 month, and I love leveling up, grabbing treasures, and flexing on people." So he boldly declared, "Don't worry, grandfather. I will definitely lead our family back to the main branch." The night sky was filled with countless shining stars. Jin-woo was opening the door to his room when Min-ji suddenly ran out and hugged him. "Young master, you're finally back. I missed you so much." Jin-woo was completely bewildered. "Min-ji, why are you in my room?" A dirty thought popped into his head. "Does this mean I'm going to lose my virginity tonight?" But he maintained a serious expression on the outside. "Min-ji, although I like you very much, the clan was just attacked. Now is not the right time," Min-ji said softly. "Young master, what nonsense are you talking about? I want to train in martial arts with you." This confused Jin-woo. "Train? But isn't your constitution unable to cultivate?" Min-ji sighed. "I can't condense my true energy." She explained, "Young master, you're always the one who saves me. I don't want to be a burden to you anymore." At this point, Jin-woo couldn't refuse. "All right, this young master agrees. I'll figure out a way for you to train in martial arts." Getting a kiss on the cheek from a girl, he was ecstatic. "Hell yeah, this is awesome." Min-ji expressed her gratitude. "Thank you, young master." Then she said her goodbyes. "Young master, I'm sleepy. I'm going back to bed now." Jin-woo told her, "Good girl, Min-ji. Wait until your 16th birthday, and this young master will prepare a huge gift for you to make you the happiest person in the world." The next day, Elder Kwon brought some news. Jin-woo. Back then, the third young Miss Yun-hee of Azure Fall City was chosen by the royal capital's main branch, which is why she broke off the engagement with us. Jin-woo replied, "I know, grandfather. This time I'm going to the Yeon clan first to scout for information about the main branch." Elder Kwon and Min-ji both saw him off. Jin-woo, "Be careful on your journey." "Young master, take care." That evening, in Azure Fall City, at the Yeon clan estate, the estate was brightly lit. Jin-woo was currently in a bind. It's been 3 days. Why haven't the people from the Kwon clan's royal capital shown up yet? So he decided to take a risk. If they don't come soon, this young master is leaving. From the rooftop, Jin-woo could clearly hear a voice from below. "Pay attention." Lord Yeon Dong-hwan announced, "The people from the Kwon clan's royal capital are about to arrive. If you delay the envoys," he threatened, "I'll skin you all alive. So don't you dare disobey." "Yes, yes, sir." Jin-woo had been waiting for this moment for a long time. They were finally here. At the same time, Lord Yeon Dong-hwan exclaimed joyfully, "They're here." Streams of blue energy descended upon the ground. Seeing Kwon Cheol and his disciples, Lord Yeon Dong-hwan hurriedly bowed. "This humble servant, patriarch of the Yeon clan, welcomes the esteemed envoy's grand arrival." Jin-woo was utterly contemptuous. "1 3-star martial king, 4 1-star martial kings. Before me, you're all just trash." Kwon Cheol spoke up. "Clan head Yun, where is the third young miss of the Yeon clan? I need to personally examine her to confirm whether she has a special constitution." At the mention of her, Lord Yeon Dong-hwan's face turned pale. "Recently, a villain has been on a killing spree in the city. My daughter was terrified. Her spiritual energy is in disarray, and she is currently recuperating." Kwon Cheol burst out laughing. "Useless trash! A martial artist who's afraid of a little killing? She wasn't even directly attacked, and she got so scared her true energy went haywire. How pathetic." He stomped his foot, shattering the tiles beneath him. Kwon Cheol demanded firmly, "Cut the crap and bring her out here now. If you delay us, can you bear the consequences?" At this point, Lord Yeon Dong-hwan didn't dare to disobey. Yes, the esteemed envoy's teachings are correct. This humble one will go and call my daughter right away. Jin-woo mused to himself. A special constitution? Could she have had a fateful encounter like me? Eun-kyung quickly appeared. This humble girl, Yoon Ah-rin, greets the esteemed emissaries. Jo Tae-gu commanded, step forward. She obeyed, stepping forward gracefully. Yes, sir. Jo Tae-gu placed a finger on Ah-rin's forehead to probe her. Dong-han prayed silently, hoping with all his might that this would work. A man behind him put a hand on his shoulder and asked, Brother Tae-gu, how is it? Dong-han clasped his hands nervously, asking about the situation. Esteemed emissary, may I ask about my daughter's constitution? Jo Tae-gu put his hands on his hips and burst out laughing. It's a genuine yin cauldron physique. Clan leader Yoon, congratulations. Lady Ah-rin will become the concubine of my elder brother, Won-jong. The Yoon clan will become a vassal family to our Jo clan. Hearing this, the clan leader's face lit up. This is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. The Yoon clan is about to rise. The ancestors of the Yoon clan are watching over us. Jo Ji-hoon watched from a distance with a look of contempt, thinking they're so damn happy to be dogs, they've thrown away all their dignity. Jo Tae-gu quickly joined in the celebration, then turned to ask pointedly, the ancestors of the Yoon clan are watching over you. Indeed. Clan leader Yoon, I heard that Lady Ah-rin was once engaged to someone from the Jo clan of Yishui. Is that right? Dong-han's face turned pale, and he broke into a cold sweat as he confessed. Yes, that is true, but we broke off the engagement a long time ago, esteemed emissary. But Jo Tae-gu just smirked and said cryptically, the Jo clan of Yishui. That's a branch that our main Jo clan of the capital cast aside. A certain big shot in the clan dislikes that branch. I'm sure you understand what I'm getting at, right? The man's face went white as a sheet, sweat pouring down as he stammered. I understand. Dong-han clenched his fists, his face hardening with determination as he declared, after the esteemed emissary leaves, I will immediately send men to deal with them. Hearing this, Jo Tae-gu clapped him on the shoulder, smiling with satisfaction. Excellent. Jo Ji-hoon watched intently from above. Holy shit, I haven't even come looking for you assholes yet, and you're already knocking on death's door. He reached into his robe and pulled out a mask. Jo Ji-hoon put it on, ready for battle. You guys made the first move, I'm just being forced to defend myself. The emissary clasped his hands, an eager look on his face as he insisted. Then it's settled. We'll be taking Lady Ah-rin with us now. But Dong-han suddenly spoke up, trying to get them to stay. Esteemed emissary, what's the rush? Why not stay and rest for a night? We've already prepared a welcoming banquet. But Jo Tae-gu raised his hand to stop him. No need, we have urgent business back at the main sect. Just then, Jo Ji-hoon released a cloud of poison smoke. Trying to leave? Did you ask for my permission? Everyone there immediately covered their eyes in panic. What's happening? Such powerful aura. Who is he? Our boy walked in with an imposing presence, remarking sarcastically, Clan leader Yoon, your house is quite lively for this time of night. Dong-han's face went pale with fear the moment he saw him. The golden mask. Why is this murderous fiend here? He quickly clasped his hands and bowed, begging, Venerable One, the Yoon clan is hosting esteemed guests today. I implore you to be lenient. The Yoon clan would be eternally grateful. Jo Tae-gu, not getting the hint, stepped forward with a vicious look. You've been eavesdropping for so long, you must know I'm from the main Jo clan of the capital. I'm taking this person with me now. You got a problem with that? Jo Ji-hoon didn't waste any time and immediately attacked. Was I speaking too softly? Or are you all deaf? Stay right where you are. The man screamed, raising his hands to block, as blood trickled from Jo Tae-gu's mouth in fear. Be careful, the sonic wave is too strong, I can't block it. Dong-han ran towards his daughter, extremely worried. Ah, Rin! He broke out in a sweat, swallowing his pride to beg, Venerable One, please be merciful. The Yoon clan is willing to. But Dong-han was immediately struck down, shocking everyone. Jo Ji-hoon, losing his patience, threatened, if you don't want to end up like the Jin and Sodo clans, then shut the hell up. The clan leader, getting back on his feet, began to reconsider everything. Although siding with the main Jo clan of the capital is beneficial, it's not as important as the clan's survival. Jo Tae-gu also changed his tune, clasping his hands and asking, May I ask, what exactly does the Venerable One want? Jo Ji-hoon launched an attack, demanding details. Right now, how many martial sect masters does your main Jo clan have, and how many have surpassed that level? The man stood frozen, questioning him in confusion. Who the hell are you? Why are you probing for information about my main Jo clan of the capital? The surrounding guards encircled him. Let our brother Tae-gu go. Don't tell him anything. This guy is definitely up to no good. But Jo Ji-hoon just scoffed. How naive. He turned his head and unleashed a sonic wave that sent them flying. Get the hell out of my sight! They were blasted high into the air before crashing back down to the ground. The remaining men grew wary. I can smell the stench of death. Luckily, he didn't use a killing blow. Jo Ji-hoon moved closer, emphasizing his point again. I ask, you answer, understand? The man stammered, his face pale, obediently replying, yes, my lord. He leaned in close and repeated his question. So, how many martial sect masters does the main Jo clan have? And how many martial venerables? Jo Taegu, sweating profusely, reported, our main Jo clan of the capital has a strong foundation. The 9 great elders of the clan are all high-level martial sect masters, and in addition, there are 14 low-level martial sect masters. Jo Ji-hoon stared intently, waiting for the real answer, and continued, how many martial venerables? The man quickly listed the details. Our clan's patriarch is a 3-star martial venerable. Our clan's hidden elder is a 3-star martial venerable, and our clan's peerless prodigy, the son of heaven, Lord Jo Won-ho, is already a 5-star martial venerable. Hearing this, our boy got a little pissed. He clenched his fist. God damn it, the main Jo clan's strength is insane. Jo Ji-hoon felt troubled, thinking that getting justice for his adoptive father wouldn't be easy. Meanwhile, Jo Taegu was gloating internally. Venerable One, this is the strength of our main Jo clan of the capital. I wonder if it meets your expectations, he thought to himself. Now that you know how powerful we are, let's see if you still dare to act so arrogant. But he maintained his usual calm demeanor. The power of the royal capital's Cho clan is indeed great. I can't compare. But then Jin Woo unleashed his aura, declaring, but killing you bastards would be pretty damn easy. Seeing this rage, Cho Tae-sung quickly kneeled. Your Excellency, we were wrong. Please show us mercy. Damn it. Just his pressure alone is more than we can bear. His anger not yet subsided, he attacked them. Not knowing their place, Cho Tae-sung and his men were sent tumbling across the ground, rolling over several times. Han Dong-min watched the scene before him, his face pale with fear. Who the hell is this guy in the golden mask? He doesn't even fear the royal capital's Cho clan. I just hope he doesn't kill Cho Tae-sung's group, or my Han family will be implicated. Shit, and we were even planning a marriage alliance. Now it's all screwed up. Jin Woo approached the man, bleeding on the ground. I have a question for you, he asked menacingly. Among the warriors under 30 years old in the royal capital's Cho clan, who is the strongest? How old is he? And what's his cultivation level? Kneeling with his head down, Cho Tae-sung answered truthfully, it's my senior brother, Won Jong. He's 23 this year, and already a 3-star martial master, the strongest genius of the young generation. Hearing this, Jin Woo looked contemptuous. The strongest genius, huh? I don't think so. The man gritted his teeth in pain, trying to correct himself. What your excellency means is, he leaned in close, deliberately mentioning his own name. I have a brother from the Riverside Cho clan. His name is Jin Woo. Han Dong-min was stunned upon hearing the familiar name. What? Jin Woo? Cho Tae-sung's face went from shifty to shocked as it dawned on him. So this guy is here for revenge on Jin Woo's behalf. Jin Woo then suddenly picked up a mic and started spitting arrogant bars. He's a man of supreme talent, second to none in generosity and charm. Everyone who meets him loves him. He's so handsome and cool. Even flowers bloom when they see him. Hell, even I am a far cry from him. Killing that senior brother of yours, Won Jong, would be as easy as slaughtering a chicken for him. He flashed a smug, narcissistic grin, totally hyping himself up. Han Dong-min turned deathly pale, breaking out in a confused cold sweat. Impossible. Didn't that little brat have his meridians destroyed and his Dantian Chi-Si shattered? He turned back with a smug laugh, stressing, in 1 month, he will challenge Cho Won-jong, and then you'll all find out. Cho Tae-sung broke out in a sweat, stammering in disbelief. No way. The Riverside Cho clan is practically considered a trash branch family. How could it possibly produce such an extraordinary person? Getting even cockier, Jin Woo fabricated a story about being personally instructed by a martial emperor master. Of course, little brother Jin Woo could get strong so fast, he even invented an entire sect, scaring the absolute shit out of them. Hearing this, Cho Tae-sung was completely stunned. What? His master is a martial emperor? He pointed right in the man's face, emphasizing, little brother Jin Woo has my master's support. Even if Cho Won-jong was a 5-star martial lord, he's still just an ant. Cho Tae-sung, his face bruised and swollen, was incredibly anxious. A 1-star martial emperor is enough to wipe out the 3 great families in the royal capital. We're totally screwed. I need to hurry back and report this to the clan. He immediately knelt and clasped his hands, becoming completely docile. Senior, your power is immense. We admit defeat and won't dare to cause any more trouble here. Jin Woo glanced towards the outside and commanded, get lost. They quickly shot up into the sky. Down below, Soo-Jin reached out with a dazed look. Wait, what about me? But the man just shot her a disdainful glance. You're on your own. Her face fell, unable to believe it. So we've just been abandoned like that? It's over. Years of scheming gone down the drain in a single moment. Soo-Jin turned and started hitting her father, blaming him. Han Dong-min, this is all your damn fault. If you hadn't refused the engagement to Jin Woo in the first place, none of this would have happened. Another person quickly jumped in to beat him too. That's right, the Han family could have had a fantastic son-in-law with a solid backer. And it's all your fault. Beat this bastard. Make him go scrub the toilets for the clan head. Meanwhile, he turned and walked away, snickering to himself. These fools are totally dancing in the palm of my hand. Soo-Jin reached out to stop him, yelling, "My lord, please wait." She approached him with a pitiful expression, begging, "I was forced by my family. I had no other choice but to call off the engagement. Now I'm willing to serve by Jin Woo's side. I hope my lord can relay my message for me." But Jin Woo just gave her a disgusted look and kicked her away. Scram. He couldn't be bothered with this anymore and quickly got on with his own business. All this bullshitting is pointless. I should just go to Demon Cloud Ridge to grind monsters and level up, or else I'm gonna get my ass beat sooner or later. The scene shifts as the sky turns to dusk. Footsteps were slowly approaching the destination. The clouds gradually parted, revealing a door. He, wearing a brown cloak, stepped inside the tavern. Do-hyun looked around with a confused expression, glancing everywhere. Is this the legendary assassin tavern that can even take down a martial emperor? Suddenly, the creepy face of an adjudicator appeared. "Excuse me," he leaned in with a horrifying smile. "Who is it that you wish to kill?" Do-hyun removed his hood and made his request. "I want someone in Riverside City killed." Then he flashed a sinister smile and mentioned the name Jin Woo. The adjudicator immediately held out his hand, accepting the contract. "As you wish." Do-hyun took out a box full of gold and asked, "When will the assassins strike?" The man accepted the gold and gave a sinister laugh. "They are already on their way." The assassins had already been dispatched. Chul reconfirmed the target at that moment. Riverside City, Jin Woo. Pyobium, next to him, also confirmed, locking onto the target. Night fell, and the sky was full of bright stars. The scene shifts to the sprawling residence of another clan at night. In Riverside City, the Cho clan. Everyone gathered inside to discuss matters. Jin Chul-soo is dead. The thorn in the side of our Cho clan has been pulled. What's our next move? The two major powers in Azure Water City are gone, so we should seize this opportunity. I think we should secure Yi River Fortress first, or maybe wait for Jin Woo to return and discuss it with him. "Watch out!" Minjun demanded angrily. "Where is Jin Woo?" Do-hyun furiously ordered everyone. "Tell that bastard to get his ass out here now." Chairman Park looked at the two men before him and asked his father, "Who the hell are you?" The old man pointed, ordering the guards, and then shouted accusingly, "More trouble knocking on our damn door? Where did you two crawl out from? How dare you show up here acting all high and mighty?" But the two of them weren't scared at all and easily fought back. Insects trying to act like men? Just die already, you worthless shits. Watching from a distance, Chairman Park broke out in a cold sweat. These two are at least one-star martial ancestors. How can the Jin clan possibly fight back now? The old man's attitude changed completely, and he asked politely, "My lords, may I ask what business you have with the Jin clan?" Do-hyun repeated his demand fiercely. "Hand over Jin Woo now." Standing beside him, Minjun pointed threateningly. "If you don't, not a single one of you Jins will escape." Sang-chul pointed back, emphasizing clearly, "Young Master Jin Woo isn't here. Otherwise, you bastards wouldn't be acting so damn cocky." The others standing behind him started to panic. What do we do now? The Jin clan rose to power because of Jin Woo, and now they face annihilation because of him. The old man quickly cupped his hands and reported clearly, "My lord, Jin Woo is not in the residence at the moment." The attacker became even more aggressive, interrogating him angrily. "Not in the residence? Then when will he be back?" "If you dare lie, today will be your death anniversary." Chairman Park's face turned pale as he insisted, "Your aura is too powerful. I wouldn't dare lie to you, my lord. Jin Woo went out to train. I don't know when he'll return." Suddenly, the old man bent over and coughed up blood, terrifying everyone. Soo-Jin, worried, rushed over to check on him. "Clan leader, are you all right?" Do-hyun showed no mercy and moved into attack. "If you won't reveal Jin Woo's whereabouts, then you can all just die." She quickly dashed forward, bravely standing in front to block him. "Stop! Don't you dare touch the clan leader!" Suddenly, a hand that seemed to turn to stone shattered, and Soo-Jin was abruptly launched into the sky. Do-hyun looked up, stammering in confusion. "What is this?" Chairman Park couldn't explain it either. "Soo-Jin, what's happening?" She floated high up, her eyes glowing brightly. The moment he saw it, he immediately recognized it, the infernal starlight physique. "This is great, to think it's that legendary physique." Min-jun, now incredibly excited, suggested, "Why bother killing anyone else? Just bringing this chick back will be a huge achievement." Do-hyun rushed over, grabbed her, and flew off. He even looked back with a smug reminder, "Consider yourselves lucky. You get to keep your lives today." The old man, terrified, ordered his subordinate, "Find Jin Woo immediately. Tell him Soo-Jin has been captured." Meanwhile, Taeshik, sweating and anxious, asked, Lord Adjudicator, may I ask when I'll get to see Jinwoo's head? The man smirked, stating with certainty, he's just a martial ancestor. You'll see it in a moment. He was a bit nervous. He bowed his head in anticipation. Thank you. Taeshik sat at the table, his heart filled with hatred. Jinwoo, I will definitely take your head to offer to my father's spirit in the heavens. From within a hazy mist, two figures appeared. The adjudicator, already waiting at the table, inquired, Did you bring back the head? Min-jun cupped his hands, reporting apologetically, Forgive us, my lord. We couldn't find Jinwoo. Do-hyun, carrying her on his shoulder, chimed in, But we found someone very special. He used his power to present Soo-Jin to the adjudicator. Take a look, my lord. The man recognized it instantly. Is that really the infernal starlight physique? The adjudicator couldn't believe his eyes. How could a tiny place like the Liang Kingdom produce someone with such a peerless divine body? Taeshik, bewildered, yelled out his question again. Lord Adjudicator, where is Jinwoo's head? He looked on, sweating, and added accusingly, If the killer's tavern doesn't keep its word. But the man just laughed, glancing over at him. You dare to question the killer's tavern? The adjudicator flicked his fingers, sending something flying through the man's ear. Taeshik collapsed, clutching his ear in pain. My ear! The adjudicator turned with a sinister look to repeat the rule. You do not question the killer's tavern, or next time you won't get to keep your life. He clutched his bleeding ear, his face contorted in pain. My lord, please forgive me. I will take my leave. Do-hyun knelt and reported, My lord, this girl possesses the infernal starlight physique and has a close relationship with Jinwoo. Should we still proceed with the mission? The man looked smug as he carefully instructed. You no longer need to worry about this matter. Wait for me to report to my superiors, and we'll decide then. He bowed his head, quickly and obediently accepting the order. Yes, sir. The sun was now high in the sky, the weather pleasant again, as the scene shifted to a high hill, Demon Cloud Ridge. Jinwoo sat down, wiping away sweat tiredly. Grinding monsters for so long is fucking exhausting. He sat on the pile of his spoils, raising his fist in celebration. But I finally reached 5-star martial ancestor. Suddenly, a growl made Jinwoo turn around curiously. A paw with sharp claws appeared out of nowhere. It approached, its expression fierce as it roared. A human dares to run wild in my territory, I'll swallow you whole. Just then, the system's warning alert sounded. Boss-level spiritual beast detected, 5th tier, 5th level, the Fire Cloud Golden Fox King. Seeing this, Jinwoo licked his lips with interest. 5th tier, 5th level? Isn't that the same as me? Perfect for a little test run. The Fox King bared its fangs and charged forward at an incredible speed. It wanted the upper hand, so it attacked first. Fierce Tiger devours the heavens. But our boy wasn't having it and immediately used a clone technique, cloud-stepping immortal art. The Tiger King slammed its claws straight into the ground, but when it lifted its paw, the target had vanished. The Tiger King stared at the ground, bewildered. Meow, where did you go? Just then, Ji-hoon appeared high above. Hey, stupid tiger, I'm up here. It looked up with a dumbfounded expression. From his position, he gestured, and 1,000 swords materialized. 10 Meridian's divine sword! The light flared with a deafening roar, causing all the beasts to flee in terror. Then, the system sent a congratulatory message. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for slaying the level 5, Tier 5 Flame Cloud Golden Tiger King. You have received 25 million experience points, 250,000 divine grade cultivation points. The system announced his rewards. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for obtaining a level 5 Fire Attribute Beast Core. Do you wish to fuse with it? Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for obtaining a level 5 Metal Attribute Beast Core. Do you wish to fuse with it? Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for obtaining level 5 Tiger King Essence Blood. Finally, the system asked, Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for obtaining the Beast Taming Technique skill. Do you wish to learn it? He, on the other hand, was ecstatic. Beast Taming Technique. Looks like I've scored another top-tier item. Ji-hoon held the skill book with a wide grin and agreed. I want to learn it. He was surprised as everything became clear. After a moment of study, Ji-hoon finished acquiring the skill. It's done! The system now clearly displayed the details of the Emperor-grade beast taming technique, which could be upgraded. Note: the higher the grade of the beast taming technique, the higher the level of the tamed spirit beasts. Proficiency 1 out of 100. Description: a chance to capture a level 1 spirit beast. The higher the proficiency, the higher the capture rate. Each failed attempt increases the Emperor-grade beast taming technique's proficiency by 5 points. He put his hands on his hips and laughed arrogantly. Once I master this beast taming technique and create an army of spirit beasts, I'll be fucking unstoppable. Then Ji-hoon quickly turned and ran. My precious spirit beasts, here I come. Back in the forest, Ji-hoon was hiding in a bush, observing with a smug look on his face, mentally prepared. A green-faced fanged wolf, huh? I'll start with you. Ji-hoon suddenly jumped out, startling it. He leaped into the air and used his skill, beast taming technique, capture. But after a moment, it still didn't work, and the system announced, capture failed, proficiency +5. The fanged wolf kept its mouth open, baring its teeth fiercely. The system then issued continuous alerts, system notification, warning, warning. The green-faced fanged wolf is in a berserk state and is preparing to activate a skill. Player, please flee immediately. But Ji-hoon wasn't scared at all, crushing the notification. You gotta be kidding me. I'm a 3-star martial ancestor for crying out loud? How could I be afraid of a little wolf cub? Suddenly, a whole pack of wolves appeared and surrounded him. Only then did Ji-hoon start to get scared, his face turning pale. Holy shit. Not knowing what else to do, he turned tail and ran for his life. Damn it, the whole pack is charging. A fierce-looking alpha wolf appeared. Ji-hoon sped up, trying to run faster as he cried for help. Somebody help me! He ran frantically, screaming in fear. Son of a bitch, there's still more? Ji-hoon's footsteps grew more and more desperate. He suddenly stopped and turned around, his expression brimming with confidence. Like hell, I'm gonna run. Ji-hoon quickly leaped up and used his skill, beast taming technique. Get in the damn bag. The system sent a continuous stream of notifications. Capture failed, proficiency +5, capture successful. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for successfully capturing a level 1, mid-stage green-faced fanged wolf. The success and failure notifications popped up one after another. Capture failed. Proficiency +5. Capture successful. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for successfully capturing a level 2, mid-stage blazing flame wolf. With each capture, Ji-hoon got more pumped up and excited. I'll catch him, catch more, and more. After that, the system continuously congratulated his successes. Capture successful. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for successfully capturing a level 3, late-stage shadow wolf. Capture successful. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for successfully capturing a level 4, mid-stage green-faced demon wolf. After a long while, he finally finished his task. Ji-hoon sat down exhausted and sighed in relief. Finally, it's over. Suddenly, right behind him, a silver wolf opened its mouth wide. He looked up, his face covered in sweat and fear. Oh crap, but it just pinned him down and started licking his face repeatedly. Stop licking. Being licked made Ji-hoon ticklish, and he burst out laughing. It's all slobber. He mounted the silver wolf and rode forward. My army of spirit beasts is complete. Ji-hoon was now incredibly excited, shouting, time to farm some experience points. Let's go! In the peaceful forest, the animals were going about their business when a loud roar suddenly sent the birds scattering in panic. Ji-hoon, riding the silver wolf, charged straight in. All the experience points are mine! He pointed at a target and commanded his wolf pack, kill it. The system then sent a congratulatory message. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for slaying the level 8, B-rank iron-armored silver lizard spirit beast. You have received 800,000 experience points and 80,000 divine skill proficiency points. Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for slaying the level 1, tier 5, cloud-stepping demon leopard spirit beast. You have received 1 million experience points and 100,000 divine skill proficiency points. This made Ji-hoon even more thrilled. This feels so damn good. He walked to a precarious cliff edge up ahead. He stood high above, glancing out into the distance. Ahead lay the central region of the Demon Cloud Ridge, an incredibly dangerous place where even martial ancestors who entered would meet their doom. At this moment, Ji-hoon declared with immense determination, you gotta risk it for the biscuit. If I can wipe out all the level 5 spirit beasts around here and capture some level 6 and 7 beasts as my minions, then this daddy won't have to fear a single soul. Then he pointed straight ahead and roared. Let's go! Time to snatch beasts, land, and experience points. The whole wolf pack charged straight for the target. Kang Ji-hoon stood on high ground, peering into the distance, feeling something was off. This is weird. Why the hell aren't there any spirit beasts? Did I come to some fake demon cloud ridge? But as he looked out, his spiritual senses kicked in. The stench of blood filled the air, and all the spirit beasts were gone, which was a bad fucking sign. Could it be? Kang Ji-hoon's eyes gleamed with interest as he drooled, speculating, could a legendary treasure be appearing? The sky was still a pleasant, clear blue. Kang Ji-hoon went prone, observing the scene carefully. From his high vantage point, he was watching a sacrificial altar. Kang Ji-hoon watched closely, puzzled. What the hell is this altar? Why are all the spirit beasts gathered here? I've got a bad feeling about this, like some scheme is afoot. A man was sitting in the middle of a formation, cultivating. The guy had his eyes shut tight, focusing with all his might, when suddenly Park Do-hyun snapped them open. His expression darkened as he asked about the situation outside. What's the status? A subordinate clasped his hands, bowed, and reported, My Lord Park Do-hyun, everything is proceeding smoothly. Soon, we'll be able to make the lured spirit beasts offer up their blood essence. Park Do-hyun placed his hands on his hips and yelled, emphasizing, excellent. This time, We've poured all of our resources just to help our two ancestors break through from martial emperor to become martial saints. When that happens, our Park clan will finally become a 7th rank power. The men below immediately raised their arms and cheered. For the Park clan, the man took out a spirit herb, raised it high, and declared, "Begin." Park Do-hyun sent it flying into the center of the formation. Vicious-looking beasts appeared, and their power began to converge. Watching from above, Kang Jin-woo immediately saw the problem. Something's not right. There's something wrong with this blood-red light. The demonic beasts were slowly being drained of all their spirit energy. He quickly figured out the details of the magic formation. This formation uses a blood spirit herb to lure the spirit beasts close, but as soon as they approach, the array sucks out their blood essence. Kang Jin-woo's face went pale with rage. What a treacherous scheme. He looked down below with horrified eyes. Huh? These spirit beasts aren't dead yet? They're still twitching on the ground, barely alive. A wicked grin spread across Kang Jin-woo's face as a plan formed in his mind. Guess I'll just pick off a few for myself then. The horde of demonic beasts grew larger and larger. Standing on his perch, Kang Jin-woo smirked. All the beasts are focused over there. Now's the perfect chance to make my move. Without a second's hesitation, he leaped from the cliff. Full of fighting spirit, Kang Jin-woo ordered his wolf pack to charge. He landed with a massive thud, and in an instant, a flood of system notifications popped up. Kang Jin-woo has slain 3 level 5 5-element serpents. Kang Jin-woo has slain 1 9-headed lion. 60,000 experience points gained. Kang Jin-woo has slain 3 level 5 5-element serpents. After racking up some points, he had enough experience points to level up. Would you like to level up? Kang Jin-woo was happily slaughtering beasts, absolutely thrilled. Mob farming is the best. He was in the zone, so the notification just pissed him off. I'm in the middle of a slaughter spree. Level up my ass! Red dust filled the air as cracks suddenly appeared on the outer barrier. Park Do-hyun looked up, feeling a sense of dread. This formation cost the Park clan almost all of its resources. I can't let anything go wrong. Suddenly, a figure rushed in frantically. Something's happened. The man's face darkened with worry as he demanded to know what was going on. What is it? The man dropped to his knees and explained clearly. Lord Park Do-hyun, there's an intruder outside. He's slaughtering the demonic beasts and ruining the sacrificial ritual. The leader tried to remain calm and asked for the full story. What's his cultivation level? The subordinate, even more worried, emphasized, he seems to be a 5-star martial ancestor. But upon hearing this, Park Do-hyun flew into a rage. Useless trash. You're this terrified of a single 5-star martial ancestor? Then he turned his head and gave an order. Number 31, number 32, you two go take care of him. They bowed their heads and quickly accepted the command. Yes, sir. Outside, the sky was still clear and pleasant when a massive, strange explosion suddenly went off. Kang Jin-woo slowly emerged, looking incredibly confident. With all the experience points I've racked up, I have enough to jump 3 levels. I can go straight to an 8-star martial ancestor. Suddenly, a voice echoed out of nowhere. Not bad, you crazy little bastard. He looked around, bewildered. Who's there? 2 figures leaped out in unison, declaring, the ones who are here to take your life. Kang Jin-woo looked up and immediately realized, 2 8-star martial ancestors? He started to sweat, feeling a bit worried, but he was still ready to fight. Cloud-stepping immortal art! Kang Jin-woo leaped backward several steps. One of the men acknowledged, Kid, I'm surprised you've got some skills. Drenched in sweat, he quickly came up with a clever idea. These 2 are way stronger than me. I need a plan to lure them into the middle of the demonic beast horde. The 2 men arrogantly charged straight at him with their swords drawn. Kid, today we're going to show you what real power looks like. In front of an 8-star martial ancestor, your little tricks are nothing more than child's play. Kang Jin-woo stuck out his tongue, taunting them slyly. You 2 morons, if you're so tough, try landing a single hit on me first. Provoked, they immediately gave chase. Let's see you run this time. But then, a strange grin spread across his face. Kang Jin-woo suddenly spun around and hurled 2 handfuls of shit at them. Have a taste of this, you assholes. The 2 of them couldn't react in time and got a face full of it. This gave Kang Jin-woo the perfect chance to escape. Lucky for him, there are plenty of demonic beasts around here, and plenty of their shit too. One of the guys furiously tried to wipe his face, screaming in rage. Son of a bitch! That little bastard actually threw shit in my face. The guy behind him, equally furious, growled, We have to kill him. But Kang Jin-woo just turned back, opened his mouth wide, and stuck his tongue out to mock them. Catch me if you can! The 2 were absolutely livid and drew their swords. I'm going to fucking kill him. I swear I'll murder that bastard. But he maintained his confident smirk. Let's see how you handle this next move. They didn't believe him and even laughed arrogantly. You think we'd fall for the same old trick? But he crossed his arms confidently. This time's different. The serial shit strike was launched right at them. The 2 guys were covered in shit, attracting buzzing flies. One of them couldn't take it anymore and screamed in fury. You stinking brat! I swear on my life I'll kill you today. Kang Min-joon continued to provoke him, raising a hand to whistle. Then you can stop being human right now. A pack of ferocious wolves quickly appeared. Only then did they realize in shock that it was a trap. This is bad. We've been tricked. They were immediately torn to shreds by the wolves. I can't accept this. Back at the dangerous altar, someone nervously questioned the decision. Sir, are we really sending two 8-star martial ancestors just to deal with a 5-star martial ancestor? Isn't that a bit of an overkill? But Kwon Tae-sik asserted confidently, absolutely. The two elders of our Kwon family are on the verge of breaking through to the Marshal Saint realm. We can't afford any slip-ups. It's better to be safe than sorry. Suddenly, someone sprinted in, panicking. This is bad! The man turned around, annoyed, and asked, what is it now? The person quickly and anxiously recounted the whole situation. Number 31 and number 32, they were lured into a pack of spirit beasts by a beast tamer. They've been killed. Not even a body was left. Hearing this, Kwon Tae-sik asked in disbelief. What? The messenger, pale as a ghost, explained the reason. They fell for the beast tamer's trap, and their bodies are gone. The person next to him also confirmed the news. That's right. Kwon Tae-sik's face tensed as he plotted his next move. I refuse to believe that Kwon Yul, with his 1-star martial venerable strength, can't kill you. At that moment, the clear blue sky was peaceful after the battles. Kang Min-joon was now surrounded by beasts, his face a mix of worry and calculation. Although he had alerted the people inside the formation, the once-in-a-thousand-years opportunity to level up was right in front of him, so he had to seize it. But in an instant, footsteps approached, and a man emerged from among the beasts. Are you the one who killed my men? Kang Min-joon seemed to ignore the mysterious man's words. Even the demonic beasts were afraid of these people. Why can't I see what's so special about them? A series of notifications rang out. Warning, a 1-star martial venerable expert has been detected. What? A martial venerable? Before he could even process it, the guy rushed forward and threw a punch. You realize too late. Kang Min-joon jumped back to dodge him. Shit, where'd you go? His face went pale as he was forced to use the cloud-stepping art. His speed was already so fast that his opponent saw after images, but the speed of the enemy's blade was even faster, slashing his ass and forcing him to stop moving. Kang Min-joon awkwardly covered his butt. Holy shit, that was fast! The guy's face was now visible. So you're Kwon Yul, huh? Not half bad. Kang Min-joon's face was pale, but he taunted, is this all a 1-star martial venerable can do? Hearing his taunt, the guy wasn't fazed at all. Brat, you've pissed me off. No one can save you today. Before Kang Min-joon could even reply, the man lunged at him like a flash of lightning. Just as the guy's face got close, Kang Min-joon used the cloud-stepping art again. Not missing a beat, Kang Min-joon quickly grabbed some shit. Let's see how you like a face full of shit. Dozens of rather large turds shot towards him like arrows. But Kwon Yul just stood there and countered the move he had just launched. Such petty tricks. The piles of shit Kang Min-joon had just thrown seemed to have a mind of their own, turning around and flying back at him. Holy crap, what the hell is this? The turds flew straight at him, completely covering Kang Min-joon in piles of shit. The man in front of him became a blur. Brat, die. With no time to react, Kang Min-joon hastily fled. Cloud-stepping art. Just as the guy's attack landed, he had already escaped. What Kwon Yul ended up slashing was shit, causing it to splatter all over his face. What a strange movement technique. Having already run far away, he couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. That was dangerous. My cloud-stepping art almost wasn't enough to get away, but the guy had already found him. Brat, if you've got any balls, come out and fight me one-on-one. Kang Min-joon only taunted him further. Catch me first, then we'll talk. He continuously used his skill, making the guy dizzy. Cloud-stepping art. At this point, the other guy got pissed off and yelled, "You're courting death." The guy flew up and launched a full-blown counterattack at Kang Min-joon, but he quickly dodged it. Brat, stop running! He couldn't help but stick his tongue out and mock the guy while running. 1-star martial venerable my ass? What's the point if you can't even catch me? Kang Min-joon managed to escape from him. After that battle, the morning sky was clear and blue. His face was bruised, but he was still running freely. A day later, he finally reached his destination, a spot in the forest. Arriving there, Kang Min-joon felt exhausted. If I keep running, I'll enter the depths of the Demon Cloud mountain range. I heard there are many 7th-tier demonic beasts in there, and 8th tier. Even a martial venerable would find it hard to get out alive. Before he could even rest, a loud explosion erupted behind him. The guy had caught up. Brat, ahead of you is the heart of the Demon Cloud mountain range. Let's see where you run now. Kang Min-joon couldn't help but turn around in surprise. You think just because you've cornered me, I'm out of options? Hearing him say that, the guy acted as if he'd heard a joke. A mere 5-star martial ancestor dares to talk big in front of me? Kang Min-joon got serious about fighting him. Today, I'll show you my true power. The system then appeared to support him. I've saved up so many experience points. Now level me up. Level up. He felt a surge of power as the system's notifications kept coming. Congratulations to the host for leveling up to a 6-star martial ancestor. Congratulations to the host for leveling up to a 7-star martial ancestor. Congratulations to the host for leveling up to an 8-star martial ancestor. The guy was stunned to see his power suddenly skyrocket. How the hell did he level up 3 times in just a few seconds? Kang Min-hyuk wasn't about to let him escape and charged forward, swinging his sword at the bastard. Die! This time you're dead for sure. A loud explosion echoed through the forest as his sword slashed down, but Do-yoon just smirked as he effortlessly blocked the attack with 2 fingers. Kang Min-hyuk's face filled with disbelief and shock at the scene before him. The man spoke in a mysterious and sinister tone. No matter what secret technique you use, you can't escape death in front of a martial master. Before he could even react, the man kicked out at him, rest in peace. But the Kang Min-hyuk he kicked just turned transparent? It was an afterimage. Kang Min-hyuk finally managed to trick him and make a run for it. Shit, I almost died back there. But his expression darkened as a thought crossed his mind. Huh? Something's not right. He glanced back and saw the man just standing there motionless. Why isn't he chasing me? Just then, he looked up at the sky to see dark clouds gathering and thunder booming. Kang Min-hyuk cowardly clutched his head and ran. Oh crap, in my haste I've run straight into the center of the demon cloud ridge. The man stood with his arms crossed, speaking arrogantly. Brat, if you're scared, then don't even think about coming out. Kang Min-hyuk heard him but stayed hidden. If I go out now, I'm dead for sure. The center of the demon cloud ridge is a death trap, but at least there's a slim chance of survival. Between the 2 options, of course he'd choose the less dangerous one. But Kang Min-hyuk, lacking the strength to fight back, had to concede for now. Old bastard, I'll remember your face. Just wait until I make it out of here alive. I'll definitely take your fucking life. But the man was completely unfazed and just sneered. Even if you've entered the center of the demon cloud ridge, you won't survive for more than 3 hours. You want to get out of here alive? You're daydreaming. Do-yoon's soldiers suddenly appeared out of nowhere. He ordered his underlings. What took you so long to get here? Do-yoon couldn't help but get angry. Did you waste all your energy on women? You can't even catch one damn kid. But his soldiers each had their own thoughts. It's not just us. You couldn't catch him either. You're usually the one who wastes the most energy on women. You have over 30 concubines by yourself, and you have the nerve to lecture us. The man let out a long yawn. That brat ran into the central region of the Demon Cloud Ridge. Hearing this, one of the soldiers spoke up. Then what are we waiting for? Let's hurry inside and find him. The other soldiers shot him a look. Can't this idiot see that even Lord Do-yoon doesn't dare to go in? That brat really doesn't know his own limits. Is number 26 a moron? But Do-yoon, without turning back, said, that kid running in there is a dead man walking. We don't need to risk our lives. Let's head back and report. An earthquake suddenly shook the area, cutting him off mid-sentence. Do-yoon's face went pale as he turned around, his jaw dropping in shock. Deep within the forest, a massive explosion erupted. He stared at the explosion and stammered, that's a legendary treasure appearing in the world. A soldier heard this and asked him, what legendary treasure? The legends of Demon Cloud Ridge speak of an ultimate treasure hidden within. For thousands of years, countless masters have entered, most of them perishing, but none have ever found the fabled treasure. Could it be? But he continued with uncontainable joy, this legendary treasure has appeared in our lifetime. His sycophantic underlings praised him. If that's true, doesn't this mean our Do family finally has a chance to rise? But another soldier voiced his concern. But the Demon Cloud Ridge is incredibly dangerous. The man gave a dismissive laugh and said, compared to the great destiny of the Do family, what's a little danger in this Demon Cloud Ridge? Follow me. We'll seize the legendary treasure and bring glory to the Do family. With the conversation over, he and his men charged forward. Seize the treasure, bring glory to the Do family. The stormy sky had now cleared, revealing a vast blue expanse. Something appeared before Kang Min-hyuk, startling him. What the hell is this? It turned out to be 2 massive divine beasts, a phoenix and a dragon, facing him. That bastard Do-yoon had also caught up, looking down from a tree. So it really is a legendary treasure. He couldn't contain his excitement and laughed loudly. This time, the Do family's future is secured. Unable to hold back any longer, he moved forward. I'm taking that treasure! One of his men who charged forward was hit by a direct blast from the spirit beast. The man instantly exploded in the sky with a loud bang. Number 26! The system's voice rang out with a warning. Warning, extreme danger detected. Please evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately. He instantly sensed the power and dodged. Using the cloud-piercing immortal step, he couldn't help but stare at the scorched mark on the ground, still smoking. Kang Min-hyuk breathed a sigh of relief. Holy shit, that was dangerous as hell. Luckily, the Supreme Martial God system warned me, or my ass would have been toast. But the divine beast wasn't letting anyone off the hook, unleashing its power downwards. The soldiers felt the immense power and couldn't even stand steady, shielding their faces. The man was also preparing to flee, but was unwilling to give up. I can't accept this. His face paled as he observed the grim situation. This golden light is too powerful. Even a martial master expert couldn't withstand a single hit. As Kang Min-hyuk was hiding, the system's voice rang out. Forbidden item detected. Acquire? Forbidden item? He seemed to realize something. Isn't this the Great Spear? The system's reminder made Kang Min-hyuk pause and think. This thing? The system asked him again. Do you wish to acquire it? Hearing this, he contemplated his options. This spear unleashed a beam of light that obliterated a martial master expert. If I take it, I'm afraid I'll be roasted to a crisp without a single hair left. It stopped prompting him and instead displayed a message before his eyes. Forbidden item. Only one exists in the entire martial world. The player has chosen to discard it. He stared in disbelief. Hold on, Jinwoo asked the system again. What the hell are the conditions to get this thing? The system's response made Jinwoo nearly choke. To acquire the god-slaying spear, the player must spend 100 million supreme coins. 100 million supreme coins, he furiously yelled at the system. 100 million supreme coins. Where the fuck am I supposed to get that kind of cash? Jinwoo crossed his arms defiantly and refused. I couldn't scrape together 100 million supreme coins even if I sold my own damn soul. So see ya. But the system wouldn't back down and offered another option. The system can offer the player a loan. The system literally sprouted a hand to stop Jinwoo, making him turn back in shock. You can do that? The system then gave him instructions. Player, approach the god-slaying spear and pull it out. Jinwoo's sheer determination erupted into a powerful aura around him. If that's how it's gonna be, then let's gamble everything. If I fail, I'll just have to start from scratch. He stood beneath two massive spirit beasts that were playing around, looking up at them. Jinwoo couldn't help but tremble as he watched them, gulping nervously. Their shadows completely engulfed him, leaving Jinwoo absolutely astonished. Holy shit, it's fucking massive! He tried to gauge its size by wrapping his arms around the pillar. Jinwoo decided to use all his strength to lift it. Let's go! The pillar actually started to move, tilting to one side as he heaved. Seeing this, the other monsters fled in terror. Help us! Run for your lives, it's an earthquake! He used every ounce of his strength but still couldn't pull the entire thing out. Come on out! Jinwoo pushed with everything he had, his eyes rolling back into his head as he let out a massive roar. Instantly, the pillar was lifted and a stream of black energy shot out. I'm finally free! The black smoke rejoiced. Now no one can stop me! As he held the pillar, Jinwoo looked around confused. Who the hell is talking? Just then, the pillar transformed into a spear brimming with immense power. As he obtained the treasure, the system's voice announced his reward. Congratulations, player Jinwoo. You have spent 100 million supreme coins to acquire the god-slaying spear. This thing is a real treasure. Jinwoo held the spear and pulled up the system window. Let's check out its stats. But when he looked at the stats window provided by the system, his jaw hit the fucking floor. The screen was displaying all the insane attributes of this spear. He held the spear, already imagining all the asses he could kick. This weapon is seriously powerful. I wonder if I can kill a martial lord with this. But before Jinwoo could celebrate for even a second, the system snatched it right out of his hands. Player's level is too low to wield the god-slaying spear. It can be summoned again once the player reaches the martial emperor realm. Motherfucker! Son of a bitch! He was so pissed he crushed the system's notification window in his hand. I knew there was no such thing as a free lunch. I got scammed by the damn system. But then another notification popped up. System quest. Congratulations, player Jinwoo, for unlocking a mandatory quest. Repay 100 million supreme coins within 1 year. Quest reward: the divine artifact, Heart of the Ocean, and a massive amount of experience points. Quest failure penalty: the player's little buddy gets chopped off, followed by the player's deletion. He accepted, feeling like he'd just been sucked dry by a loan shark. I knew this was too good to be true. Suddenly, an irritating sound made him cover his ears. What is that noise? A giant skull appeared on a cliff and declared, "From this day forward, Soulfall Ridge is my territory." Seeing that thing, Jinwoo's face darkened. Shit, I'm in deep trouble again. He immediately pulled the most cowardly move possible and ran for it. If the sky is falling, some other hero can deal with it. I'm getting the fuck out of here first. As he used his cloud-stepping art, the monster's sinister aura filled the forest, making it dark and gloomy. All the animals were trying to escape, stampeding in a panic. But the demon's aura moved even faster than the beasts, instantly turning them into dried-up skeletons. The sky in this area was a brilliant blue and strangely peaceful, but in just a moment, the beast's power turned it black and filled it with thunder. The Park clan's mission has failed. We need to leave, now! Park Jin activated his void-breaking talisman and held it up. The talisman immediately shielded him and his comrades within its protective aura. The talisman hovered in midair, protecting them from the overwhelming, powerful aura. With the sound of footsteps echoing on the bone-littered ground, the men who were just protected by the talisman made their escape. Elder Park, with his hands clasped behind his back, watched the group return with a questioning look. What happened? In just a few more days, I could have broken through to the martial saint realm. Park Jin pointed back in the direction they had just fled from. Great, Elder. Look over there. He calmly gazed in that direction. Isn't that the way to Soulfall Ridge? He stared into the distance, where the mountain was shrouded in an incredibly foul spirit energy. The clear blue sky was rapidly being consumed by that fierce and powerful aura. An old man, shrouded in his own protective energy, stood watching the sky turn black. Just then, another bearded elder spoke up. Who the hell was it that pulled out that spear? Meanwhile, the adjudicator sat nonchalantly in the assassin's tavern. He sat with his eyes closed, then used his power to open a third eye on his forehead. He replayed the recent events in his mind and saw a familiar silhouette taking the spear. He looked as if he'd seen a ghost and was completely shocked. Could it really be Jin Woo? Hearing this, Ji-hoon spoke up and asked about the person he mentioned. Jin Woo who? Before he could even finish his sentence, the adjudicator launched an attack at him. The terrified Ji-hoon dropped to his knees, begging for his life. My lord, spare me. But it was as if he didn't even hear him, sitting back down and retracting his power. The third eye on his forehead began to shrink, his brow furrowed, and in an instant, the eye closed completely unnoticed. The arbiter also stood up straight and said, "The long spear at Demon Cloud Ridge has been pulled out by Jun Woo." Hearing this, Master Jin couldn't help but exclaim in surprise, "What?" He turned to leave as if he had urgent business, but didn't forget to give an order. "You watch over the tavern. I have to report this to the higher-ups." Instead of using the front door like a normal person, he just smashed his way out through the damn roof. The sky was pitch black, but that powerful spiritual energy was gone. Jun Woo had already escaped the mountain forest and was now zipping across the rooftops. He landed with a single leap inside an estate, shattering the stones beneath him. Seeing a stranger, the guards immediately surrounded him, demanding to know who he was. Jun Woo ignored them and asked, "Why are the defenses so tight? Did something happen to the Zhou clan?" Which made a guard ask back, "Young master?" Realizing who he was, they fearfully knelt to greet the young master. Seeing him return, Chairman Jung happily ran towards Jun Woo, calling out, "Jun Woo, my boy, you're finally back." Jun Woo frantically stopped the old man who was rushing joyfully towards him. "Grandpa, what the hell happened? Where's Taehwan?" Hearing Jun Woo's question, the joy vanished from the old man's face. "It's a long story." Jun Woo stood tall, clenched his fist, and yelled, "Was it the Assassin's Tavern again?" Sitting in the main hall, Chairman Jung immediately raised a hand to warn him. "Jun Woo, don't let this get out for now. The Assassin's Tavern is infamous. Forget us. Not a single soul in the entire Liyang Kingdom dares to mess with the Assassin's Tavern." He frowned, looking ahead and said, "Don't worry, Grandpa. I won't do anything reckless." But Jun Woo stared straight ahead and declared, "I'm preparing to go to the royal capital now." The old man walked over, patted his shoulder, and sighed. "Jun Woo, you're a grown man now, but I still need you to remember this well. You still have an entire clan behind you." With a serious expression, Jun Woo turned his head and said, "Don't worry, Grandpa." He raised his fist and shouted, "This time, I'm going to the royal capital to find the master of the Assassin's Tavern and the Zhou clan to beat down all those so-called geniuses in the Zhou clan, and then bring all of us back to the main family." Hearing this, Chairman Jung spoke up. "Speaking of the royal capital's Zhou clan, a few days ago, a master named Elder Zhou from the royal capital's Zhou clan came to the Yun clan to arrange a marriage with Yun Arin." Jun Woo was startled and shot back. "Those bastards still dare to show their faces?" At the Yun clan estate, red banners were hung everywhere, and a bustling noise filled the air. "From now on, we'll have to rely on the Yun clan." A guest looked towards Do Hwan, clasped his hands, and shouted, "Congratulations, clan head Yun." He immediately clasped his hands and replied with a laugh, "A joyous occasion indeed." Do Hwan was all smiles, thinking to himself, "They're only sucking up to me because they see our connection to the royal capital's Zhou clan, aren't they?" Arin was escorted out by her handmaidens, and seeing the scene, she snorted coldly, thinking, "I never expected that the Golden Mask's appearance would make the Zhou clan value me even more. They even sent a martial sect expert to escort the bride. It's truly a blessing in disguise." Elder Zhou, standing in the courtyard, raised his hand and shouted, "All right, it's getting late. We must be on our way." Hearing this, she excitedly yelled, "Let's depart." Elder Zhou raised his hand, snorting inwardly, "She's just a special vessel to be used as a cultivation cauldron for our young master, and she really thinks she's going to be the lady of the Zhou clan? Pathetic." He raised his hand and summoned a carriage. The surrounding crowd immediately erupted in an uproar. "Oh my god, that's a storage ring! That carriage can fly!" The royal capital's Zhou clan is on another level. Elder Zhou stroked his beard with one hand, using 2 fingers to channel his spiritual power into the carriage, and boasted, "The defensive power of this carriage is equivalent to my peak strength. It cannot be broken. This carriage was sent personally by my young master to escort Miss Yoon. No one below the level of a 9-star martial king can possibly break it." Immediately after, Do Hwan and his daughter let out a startled, confused cry. A streak of golden light shot straight towards the carriage. Jun Woo's voice echoed, "Don't spout such arrogant bullshit." Elder Joe, breaking out in a cold sweat, looked over and demanded, "Who's there?" He wore a mask, his entire body radiating a golden light as he sliced the carriage to pieces. The crowd screamed in terror, "Who the hell is that?" Even a 9-star martial king would struggle to break that carriage's defense. But he just shattered it. This guy must be a martial sect expert. He's wearing a golden mask. It's the golden mask. Ju-hwan and his daughter ran to Elder Joe, screaming, Lord Joe, the golden mask is here again. Save us, don't kill me." The surrounding crowd also clutched their heads and shrieked, "The murderous demon king is here. Save us, run for your lives. We're screwed, we're so screwed, we're all going to die. I heard the golden mask eats human flesh and drinks blood. We're dead meat." Elder Joe clasped his hands behind his back and said with contempt, "A bunch of useless trash, scared shitless just like that." He pointed at Junwoo and questioned, "You're the golden mask?" From behind, Aorin frowned and yelled, "Golden mask, don't get cocky. Someone from the royal capital's Joe clan is here, so if you value your life, get the hell out." Junwoo smirked slightly, glanced over, and said, "You're just courting death." Elder Joe was shocked to see him flash forward in an instant and grab her by the throat. "So fast!" Junwoo lifted Aorin by her neck and asked, "Who gave you the balls to speak to me like that?" Seeing this, the elder roared, "How dare you? She belongs to the royal capital's Joe clan. Let her go, or today will be the day you die." Hearing that, Aorin desperately clawed at Junwoo's hand, screaming, "Ah, I belong to the royal capital's Joe clan. If you dare kill me, you and that bastard Junwoo will have your entire families wiped out." The corner of Junwoo's mouth twitched up as he asked, "Kill you?" Immediately after, Junwoo dropped Aorin, who clutched her throat, coughing violently. The people of the Yoon clan saw this and began to murmur amongst themselves. "Looks like this golden masked man doesn't give a damn about the Joe clan of the capital. What balls, daring to come here and provoke them today. No matter how strong the golden masked man is, he's still just one guy. How the hell does he dare to piss off the Joe clan? He truly doesn't know his place, just asking for a death wish." Minjun immediately pointed at him and shouted, "Golden masked man, today is a joyous occasion for the Yoon family. If you fuck off now, you might just keep your miserable life." Jinwoo crossed his arms, asking with an amused smile, "You guys dare to kill me?" Hearing this, the man roared, "So what? You got a problem? Elder Joe Tae-soo of the Joe clan is here today. It's not your place to fuck around." Yuna, hiding behind Minjun, pointed at Jinwoo and shrieked, "Dad, don't spare him. You have to take both of his legs at the very least." He turned, cupped his fists respectfully, and said, "Elder Joe, let's just cripple this bastard's cultivation today, to stop him from stirring up shit in the future." Jinwoo crossed his arms, asking with a smirk, "Stirring up shit? Did you really think I let Yoon Yuna go because I was afraid of the Joe clan?" Minjun's face turned grim as he shouted, "You!" Jinwoo tightened his grip on his sword, declaring, "I just want to tell you, if you guys are already planning to destroy me and the Kang family, then today, your Yoon family is not allowed to exist anymore." The surrounding crowd heard this and yelled in shock, "What the hell? The golden masked man wants to wipe out the Yoon family? Lord Joe Tae-soo is right here. Does he even have the power to do that?" Joe Tae-soo pointed at Jinwoo and demanded, "Golden masked man, how dare you spout such bullshit? Am I just invisible to you?" Hearing this, Jinwoo gave a slight smirk and replied, "This is a beef between me and the Yoon family. I'd advise you to stay the hell out of it." The elder's eyes flashed with a green light as he retorted, "And what if I insist on sticking my nose in it?" Yoon Minjun immediately clenched his fists and yelled, "Golden masked man, who the hell do you think you're talking to? Sir Joe Tae-soo is an elder of the Joe clan." Yuna, from behind, also scoffed coldly, "You're so full of yourself, talking shit about destroying my Yoon family." Immediately after, Joe Tae-soo charged towards Jinwoo, roaring, "Today, I'll teach you the consequences of pissing off the Joe clan of the capital." Seeing this, the surrounding crowd started gossiping loudly. "This golden masked man might be strong, but he's nothing compared to the Joe clan. This bastard has gotten used to running wild in our Azure Sky City. Does he really think he's the strongest under the heavens? People like him who don't know their own limits are the worst. He even dares to piss off the Joe clan." The elder gripped the sword in his hand and shot forward, questioning, "Brat, you think you're hot shit for killing a 1-star martial master? Today, I'll show you the power of a true martial master from the Joe clan of the capital." But it just flickered and vanished. The elder was stunned, his face filled with confusion as he questioned, "An afterimage?" Jinwoo pointed his sword directly behind the man and retorted, "So this is the great martial master from the Joe clan of the capital? Not so impressive, are you?" Joe Tae-soo whipped his head around and let out a furious roar. "You bastard!" Jinwoo pointed his sword right at him, asking with a smirk, "With that pathetic level of cultivation, you dare to act all high and mighty in front of me?" Joe Tae-soo stared at the blade pressed against his throat and yelled, "You dare to kill me? I'm a man from the Joe clan of the capital. The crowd immediately erupted. Holy shit, the Golden Masked Man is that powerful! Jo Tae-soo couldn't even withstand a single one of his attacks. But so what? I still don't believe he'd actually dare to kill a member of the Jo clan. Kang Jin-woo smirked and declared, I've said it before, your Jo clan of the capital is nothing more than garbage in my eyes. A cold glint flashed in Jo Tae-soo's eyes as he yelled, Oh shit! In the next instant, Jin-woo plunged his sword straight into the elder's throat. The crowd instantly freaked out, shouting, What the fuck? The Golden Masked Man is that ballsy? He actually dared to kill someone from the Jo clan of the capital. And don't forget, he just said he was going to annihilate the Yoon family. Yoon Min-jun's knees immediately slammed hard onto the ground. He quickly cupped his fists and begged, My lord, we were blind to your greatness. Kang Jin-woo looked down on him and asked with a smirk, Weren't you just talking about crippling both my arms and my cultivation? The man stammered out, I. Well, Jin-woo pointed his sword at Yoon Min-jun and declared, Today, the Yoon family of Azure Sky City will be wiped off the map. Yoona immediately rushed forward, screaming frantically, No, we have no grudge against you. You can't do this. Hearing this, Kang Jin-woo couldn't help but burst out laughing. No grudge against me? The one lying dead on the ground right now was supposed to be me, not that useless piece of shit Jo Tae-soo, right? Hearing this, she broke out in a cold sweat, gritting her teeth as she stammered, I. Jin-woo immediately leaped into the air and unleashed hundreds of sword energy blasts in every direction, roaring, All of you can just die for me. The people inside scrambled to escape. Run, the Golden Masked Man has lost his damn mind. We have nothing to do with the Yoon family. Don't drag us into your mess. A Yoon family disciple, struck by the sword energy, fell to the ground screaming, I don't want to die. And then he was gone. A mist rose, revealing only two figures standing still within. The mist cleared, revealing Kang Jin-woo with his hand wrapped around Yuna's wrist. He glanced around and thought to himself, Now that the threat to my grandfather and the Kang family is taken care of, I can finally head to the capital without any worries. She clasped her hands together, pleading, I'm begging you, please don't kill me. Kang Jin-woo looked at her and said, Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you. Tears streamed down her face. She stammered in response, I have a very special constitution. Hearing this, he asked with a completely calm expression, And so what? Yuna closed her eyes, tears streaming down, and said, I know the Jo clan only wants me for my special constitution. My fate there would be a tragic one. She threw herself forward, reaching out to touch Kang Jin-woo's mask, and said, I am willing to become your servant, my lord. He looked at Yuna, lost in thought. This woman has a natural yin constitution, which is perfect for cultivation. He then replied, All right. Ji-hoon then turned and walked away, saying, Wait for me a sec. Yuna frowned, watching his back as she thought, Who the hell knows what kind of trick you're pulling? Once we reach the royal capital, I'll join up with the Cho clan, and then I'll make your life a living hell. Ji-hoon looked at the system screen and said, Let me exchange for a heart-controlling goo. A notification popped up on the system screen. One heart-controlling goo costs 1,000 supreme coins. The player has insufficient funds. He immediately held up the treasure with both hands, thinking, Good thing I have the Yeon clan's treasures right here. The system's voice chimed. Exchange successful. Total of 10,000 supreme coins received. Ji-hoon held up a pill and said, Swallow this. Seeing it, Yuna was startled and asked, What is this? He narrowed his eyes, holding the pill up high, and stated, You are my slave, so all you have to do is obey my orders. She popped it into her mouth with a cold huff, thinking, You wouldn't dare kill me. Once we get to the royal capital, I'll have a million ways to fix you. A moment later, Yuna broke out in a cold sweat, clutching her throat and letting out a pained groan. She clutched her chest and collapsed to the ground, screaming, What the hell did you make me swallow? Ji-hoon squatted down in front of Yuna and replied, A heart-controlling goo. Without my antidote, you'll be dead in 1 month. She was shocked, asking in disbelief, What? He stared right back at her and said, I know exactly what you're thinking. Then Ji-hoon stood up and said, Now that you've ingested the heart-controlling goo, you're bound to me for life. If I die, he then turned back with a smirk and added, You'll die with me. Yuna watched Ji-hoon's retreating figure, gritting her teeth and cursing under her breath. Damn it! Suddenly, her eyes rolled back as she felt a sharp, stabbing pain in her heart. He stopped in his tracks and, without turning around, said, Oh, I forgot to tell you. Anytime you have a disrespectful thought about me, you'll suffer the pain of the goo worm eating your organs. Yuna's face flushed red as she collapsed to the ground, asking, Who the hell are you? We have no grudge against each other, so why are you doing this to me? Ji-hoon laughed loudly, turning back to ask, Who am I, you ask? He frowned and pulled the mask off his face, shouting, See for yourself! Her eyes immediately widened in shock as she stammered, Ji-hoon, how can it be you? Ji-hoon pointed a finger at Yuna and yelled, "You arrogantly broke off our engagement, causing my grandfather to lose all face, and then you conspired with Yeon Dong-han, backed by the Cho clan, to wipe out my entire family." She squeezed her eyes shut and screamed frantically, "Stop talking!" Pushing herself off the ground, Yuna stood up and yelled, "I can't believe it! I never imagined I'd become the very slave you despise the most." Ji-hoon turned to look at her and asked, "Did you really think joining the Cho clan would let you escape your status as a slave?" Hearing this, Yuna broke into a cold sweat as she pondered. "The Cho clan only sees me as a human cauldron. They never treated me like a person." A warrior glowing with golden light caught up and laughed loudly. "Nowhere to run. You little punk." Ji-hoon looked up, thinking, "That's the aura of a martial saint from the Ma clan." She looked over and asked, "What's wrong? Did Ji-hoon piss off some other family?" He glanced back at her and said, "Don't you worry. If I die, you're coming with me." With that, Ji-hoon grabbed Yuna firmly by the waist and took off. He soared into the sky, noting that the enemy was only using his spiritual sense to scan the area, so he hasn't spotted me yet. Ji-hoon saw streams of red spiritual energy rushing towards him and thought, "Gotta get the hell out of here." Immediately after, he brought her down to the ground and stopped. Ji-hoon wiped the sweat from his brow, glanced behind him and muttered, "At this rate, we're definitely gonna get caught." Yuna closed her eyes and pushed him away with all her strength, shouting, "I don't mind dying with you. I'll consider it revenge for my family." Ji-hoon casually struck a pose and smirked. "A lot of people have wanted me dead, but they're all 6 feet under now." Suddenly, a system notification popped up, asking, "The system has detected that you have enough experience. Would you like to level up to an 8-star martial master?" He immediately reached out and pressed the level up button in midair. Instantly, a golden light erupted from Ji-hoon's body. The system's voice chimed continuously, "Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for reaching the level of an 8-star martial master. The system has detected that the player has collected numerous treasures from the Yeon clan. Would you like to exchange them?" He immediately replied, "Exchange!" The system's voice sounded again. "Congratulations to player Ji-hoon for successfully exchanging the Yeon clan's treasures for 100,000 supreme coins." Hearing this, he let out a sigh and lamented, "I'm still 1 million in debt." Two warriors from the Ma clan approached, letting out a sinister laugh. "You little brat, you're only good at running." Ji-hoon glanced over, wondering to himself, "A 9-star martial master from the Ma clan?" Yuna looked at them and mumbled, "Their aura is so powerful." One of the Ma clan experts shouted, "You go get Ji-hoon. I'll grab the girl." His partner immediately agreed. "All right." As the two Ma clan experts charged forward, Ji-hoon jumped in front of her and yelled, "Run, Yuna."